The noise that you make, or is noise the wrong word? The noise that you make does fit to this weather.
Yeah, I think so. I think noise is the perfect word.
Now, what do you want to reach with this noise? Do you want to spread aggression?
No, not really. Just want to make some sounds that maybe people might not hear the rest of the day.
What is so attractive to making this sound?
It's fun. It's like a little kid with a really big toy.
Okay, it's fun, but it's so loud.
What, are you saying you don't like it?
Yeah, well, I like it.
No, come on. Don't, he's lying to people. He's lying.
Well, no. I like some parts of it, but it's so loud all over. It's constantly loud.
I know. Can you believe it? Yeah.
By the way, I get that this is mine now.
How about $20? Why don't you just relax a little bit? It's only $20.
Life. And what have you found about most of the people that are the street performers?
Well, it's a job like anything else, and they'd probably rather be doing that than washing dishes for somebody.
They're very dedicated. Probably playing spoons than washing the spoons.
Well, he doesn't have to wash his spoons because he's so famous now that he has someone else do that for him.
And he's spoon tech.
And a man with spoons.
Yes.
And so, you just saw this guy and you decided to write a song about him?
Well, he's been around for a while, and actually, the song came about from well, it's a long story. Do you guys want to hear it?
Not really. Can you sum it up real quick?
I don't want to tell it.
I said
pretty good. Yeah, it's European is the one thing, and then the other thing is it's like you have to take a long flight over there, and then you feel sort of stranded, and the food's different, and it's it's European.
Bleak.
No, it's great. We love going to Europe. Actually, it's really cool.
Oh, you spent a lot of time at the San Diego Zoo, right?
I've only been there once. It was depressing.
You guys are winding up a European tour. How's that been working out for you?
Really awful, actually. No.
What do you look for in a bowling ball?
I look for really big holes, and we got some good-looking balls here, and
because these are quite, I guess, as balls would go.
This is a good-looking ball. Sexy. It's kind of marbly. It's silver. Silver's cool.
But it looks like the holes are too small.
So I'm going to say, screw this. It's good looking, but I don't like it.
What would you?
You can't dance to Soundgarden songs, and you're not likely to go shopping with your girlfriends while listening to Soundgarden material. So you can dance to Soundgarden songs, but it's embarrassing.
I don't agree with you there.
Meet the new member of Soundgarden.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Ben Shepherd, the new member of Soundgarden, bass player extraordinaire, tallest member of the band,
Skinniest.
And the skinniest.
Do the bands kind of work together a lot and influence each other?
Well, it's all sort of a managerial type of thing, we all completely hate each other, and all these things are just arranged by like the Seattle Kingpins and cigar chomping people. They just usher us around in limousines, and we sort of perform on each other's records.
they get us together during picnics and take photos and release them around. See, they are friends.
Yeah. I don't know why they insist on this unity thing. It's really getting tiring.
Go.
There's been a lot of talk lately, a lot of slander, a lot of talk about Eric July, Ison, and I find it terrible. There's a lot of people out there that want to hate, They criticise Ison like it's filth. Criticism is racism. And I want you to understand that. If society's taught me anything, is that as white people should be utilising our white shame, our white guilt, and supporting all black artists, no matter how mediocre they are. Sure, Eric July might just be in it for the money. He might be a bit arrogant and condescending, but he's a black artist and you've got to support him. Because without support for our black artists, what would they have? You shouldn't be criticising black artists' work. It's just not on. It's not on. It's totally racist and bigoted. So I would like to say, leave Eric alone. And for all you white people out there having a go at him, try utilising some of your white guilt. Every black artist deserves to be supported. And Eric's a conservative. There's not many of them. It's a sad state of affairs. It really hits me in the heart. I mean, sure, Eric July might use a lot of CGI and graphics and computer-generated art, but that's not the point. He does it anyway, and he's doing it on his own. He's a strong, independent black man, and he's making money. And you lot can't do anything but hate on him. How sad and pathetic you must be. I'm not naming any names, but you know who you are. You know all the ones that have been mean to Eric. You've been mean to him. Mean. And he's not on. He's not on. He's the best thing since Malcolm X.
I told that moron not to take out my Tchaikovsky tape. No matter, let's get started. Here we are, Nancy Moon. The last time we left our heroine, she had just joined my esteemed colleagues at level M. And the soldier cannot stop talking. A magician with money issues. A vampire with a checkered past. But there are other teammates she's yet to meet. One in particular might be a little bit shocking for her. I do hope she's not allergic. Back it today, won't you? Like right now.
Gasoline, no kerosene, now you see me burn up right before your eyes, not in disguise. I will tear myself out outside, and you still got a little pride. So burn your scripts, no one escapes. Pick up your pride and walk out. I won't let these chains of material fashion cut off my hands from their plans for transcendent action. After all, that's what she said she wanted. I won't let go of the steps I need to feel. And you sit around and walk, something surprised when you like a body's ancestor. You are the ones in the skyscraper cemeteries. I can't look down in your ways and apathetic indifference to a dead sentence they receive in the first grade of a life and a home and a hope that can never really be made while a non-profit planning to be white. Otherwise, with sweet smiles and political guile, reaching millions a year. Somewhere, somehow, someone. Somewhere, somehow, someone. Somewhere, somehow, someone. Somewhere, somehow, someone. Somewhere, somehow, someone.
Oh, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Comicsgate Commandos. This is number 16. I was thinking about this the other night. We're going to be at 52 before we know it. I mean, these things go fast. You know what I'm saying? Anybody else feel that way, that the older you get? I mean, not like I'm not all that old, but I'm not a young buck either. Not like that what's his name? The guy who did Phenomenova. He's real young. I forgot. It's not important. How are we doing today, everybody? We've got Kevin Everson. What's going on, Kevin? We've got Mr. Self-Destruct. Hello, Mr. Self-Destruct. And then we've also got L.E., the Skibidi Rizzler. What's going on, guys? L.E. popped in the other day during the when we were winding down for our Feel Better About Yourself stream. That was the first time I'd seen him. Von Coleman, I think. Yeah. He's like, what, 17? Ladies and gentlemen, here we have Dr. Ben.
Yo.
What's up, Dr. Ben?
Yo, what's up? What's going on?
Yo,
I showed up on time.
Yeah, you're on time, and Colonel Carbon is not. Shame.
Under investigation. Still being detained.
I think he's still on his way back from that top secret mission I had him on.
Excellent.
You know what I mean? We keep you at base in case anybody is injured, so that's how we do it. Working and lurking, says Kevin Everson. Nice.
Having to do a lot of work with Mr. Head Injury himself. Won't mention any names, but you know there's been a lot of head injuries lately.
I did want to talk to you about that. I wanted to know if there was any backlash for what was said on this channel towards you. I mean,
no, I don't know. I can't comment.
What do you mean? What do you mean? You say no, and then you say you can't comment. Which one is it?
About what? What are you talking about? What did I...
Well, it wasn't you who was talking all the shit on this channel. It was me. And then, God, I got so mad the other day when I posted that thing on Twitter. Like, I don't know if you'd seen it. Let me see if I can't bring it up. It's the only thing anybody ever likes that I do. Oh, and see, and then I got Rob Hunter. See, this is my life. I got Rob Hunter judging me hardcore on my post that I just made on Twitter of a new AK that I was firing. Whether or not it's mine, I cannot say for sure, ladies and gentlemen. But God damn, it was beautiful. And he can't be satisfied with how beautiful it is. He's got to comment optic. Okay, dude, you're right. He's not wrong. I do need to get an optic. Oh, look who decided to finally show up. What's up, Carbon?
There he is.
Good evening.
How are you tonight, man?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Fucking amazing.
Good.
So Dr. Ben is earlier than me now. That's good.
That's right. We were wondering
Good
if
to
something had
see.
happened to you.
No, just connecting the Bluetooth and having motorcycles rev up in the background.
Gotcha. Chat, please do me a favor. If you hear that one of us or me particularly is off, like I speak and then you don't hear it until later, let me know and I'll jump in and out. But Dr. Ben, this is what we were talking about here. I said this because I was so fucking mad. He starts to fucking dox people. This shit. Give me a break, dude. There's a lot of things you can do. A lot of things you can do and get away with it. I don't think this is one of them. And I don't think people are going to be, I don't know, man.
Yeah, the doxing thing. I mean, I understand it wasn't like a full, you know what I'm saying? He gave the guy's name, which, like, if you're going to give out someone's name, I'm not really like, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever, like, it's the internet. Like, don't be worrying about your name.
Mm-hmm.
Street address is getting kind of a little bit close there.
Ben, he doxed him. He doxed him. Last night I was going back and forth with Matt Barr on Twitter, and I was going to debate. I think it was last night. I was going to debate him on his stream.
Ooh.
And then I was watching his stream, and then he brought on Wiggle Wiggle.
Yeah.
A known piece of shit.
Yeah.
And basically, once Wiggle came on, it became a nonsensical show, laughing at everything, making fun of people. And I go, okay, this is not going to be a serious debate. He actually invited me, too. He sent the link out. And then my gut feeling was saying, you know what? There's no point in debating fools.
Mm-hmm.
Don't waste your time debating fools. That's what that was.
And you've watched him debate people before, right?
Yeah, well, Matt Barr, honestly, and I'm being genuine here, has not always been like, when he's on stream, he's better than when he's on Twitter, because when you hear him talking, he's a lot more sensible. I knew that I could reason with him and get through to him.
I see.
But then once the mob mentality kicks in, of that kind of like, that war campaign mentality of laughing at everybody, poking fun, saying, oh, Comicsgate is over. And they were even saying, oh, we didn't dox him. It's just the street name, the city name, and the state, along with his full name. That's not doxing. Come on, guys. What the fuck are we doing here?
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
What was the reason that he posted all the shit anyways? Because I can't remember who the guy was that even posted the shit about, but like...
Well, he claimed, he didn't release the DMs, but he claimed that this person who's never been seen before, some kind of internet character, DM'd him and started naming, mentioning his family, his kids. And he didn't quote the DM, though, and say that it was a direct threat. I have a feeling that DM was not a direct threat. I think it was just him bringing up his family. But they played a video. I don't know if you saw Matt Barr's stream. They played a video that person posted in which that guy was clowning around wearing some silly outfit and, like, smoking weed and drinking. Look, that guy's another loser himself. Like... I'm not defending him, but I said that Matt crossed the Rubicon. Once you start doxing people and then trying to justify it after the fact, like, oh no, he bullied me. That's why I gave everybody on the internet his fucking home address and full name. Look, you can't justify that. That's an SJW tactic.
Especially when, like, if you're involved with selling, which it... honestly, is the bottom line with Comicsgate. We're all involved with selling our comic books. Wait, what happened?
Yeah, let's get real. Look,
keep going. I didn't want to interrupt you. I just want to real quick.
I'm on a little bit of a rant about it.
No, you're good, Ellie. This does not have anything to do with Liam, as far as I'm aware. Anyway, continue. Sorry.
Here's the thing. You put someone's personal information on Twitter, on the internet. What's your intention behind it?
Right.
You're broadcasting it to essentially the world, and you're advertising saying, hey, look, this is this person's full name and essentially their address. Don't play games. Oh, I didn't give the number of the even Wiggle yesterday. Fucking Wiggle. Oh, we didn't give the number to the house.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, it's the street, city, and fucking state. Well, you're gonna. Oh, we didn't give the zip code either. Big shit.
Hail
Now
Omni.
everybody knows where this guy lives and his full name. And then you have Matt Barr saying, I got his mother's phone number and we're gonna call her.
Yeah, that was for me. Like, it's one thing to dox a guy, and I would still like
Did
be
they
really
end up
upset
calling
about
her?
that. But it doesn't fucking matter, dude. It doesn't matter at all. If you said to me you were gonna call my mother, it's war now. Like that's it. Like,
Oh, yeah.
no. If I'm involved, that's one thing. You say, oh, we found out where Patrick Quinlan lives, which you could easily do. I mean, I hide it pretty well just because I'm paranoid like that. But you could find it out, I think, pretty quickly if you were, somebody who's capable. But to bring somebody's, like, not even just their family, their mother. I mean, are we like? And these are the good guys. This is what, like, God damn. Omni says, "Oh, Matt Barr be doxing again." That's my Omni voice. I just see the little cat. It looks like a little old cat begging for coins.
Oh yeah, I've seen that picture. It's a good pet. I like that.
Yeah, just to finish up that conversation.
Yeah.
Matt Barr's finished in my eyes. Like
Mhm.
last night, it became clear to me that he has crossed over into loser territory, where it's not. There's no point in spending your time arguing with him at this point. He's doing it for attention. He's like one of these war campaign guys, and I'm not even going to debate with him anymore. He's digging his own grave. I guarantee you, in about a few months, no one's even going to be paying attention to him anymore.
I didn't watch the rest of. I had started watching that stream he was doing. Like I was gonna write to him. I was like gonna be like, hey, you want me to come on there? You want someone else on there with you? Like, I don't follow whatever all your shit is, but you know what I'm saying. I don't want you to feel like you just hung out to dry or whatever. And he started it early anyway, so I was like, oh, he's already on. So, and then he brought on that Wiggle guy. Definitely is. I don't know. He's another one of those. Is like. Questionable, you know. Like I was on a stream or two with him, and I was just immediately got the heebie-jeebies, you know, from like the ratty monkey mask he's wearing to then when he takes it off, and it's like worse than the monkey mask. I'm like, put it back on, you know. But just he gives me that like that. I guess it's just the heebie-jeebies, you know, like you get a bad vibe, and
well, you know.
like, he just acted like an asshole, you know. Like he comes onto a stream, he's just like, just running.
Yeah,
like,
well, your first impression of him rings true because of the fact that he actually in the past was affiliated with the war campaign, and he just did scumbag things because he would bully Anna and her deceased sister, which was kind of the turning point, I think, for war campaign. And
he was that
a lot
guy.
Of these people, yeah. And so Ethan, Cecil, and all them, they did not associate with Wiggle because he was a part of that group that was essentially saying, you know, you don't insult somebody and their dead relatives, you know, and that's who Wiggle is. So Ben, your gut reaction to him was justified.
Yeah, I don't know much about Wiggle, to be honest with you guys. I'd seen him on there, and I saw him making, how would I put it? He was being very flippant about the whole subject, which led me to believe he was being disingenuous, and he didn't really have much to say that was of great value. So that was my takeaway from it. I'd never really heard of Wiggle. I thought he was just one of the guys who butt munches around Matt Barr, you know, trying to, I guess, get that clout for doxing. I don't know.
Like a human centipede cosplayer.
Yeah, like eating. Yeah, like tasty shit, Papa. Give me more. Kevin Everson says, "Dude wouldn't want to call my mom. Lol, his ears would still be ringing." You done fucked up now, buddy.
Yeah, like, and not to say like, you know, I enjoy if someone can like take like people are in an argument or having a serious debate, and like someone can treat it flippantly and like bring like a, you know, like kind of a goofball position to it, and kind of like, to me that kind of like defuses a situation, you know, like everybody's all angry and serious, and like somebody comes in and like, well, hey, I'll tell you what, I just chopped my dick off, you know, and like you're like, you know what I mean? Like it kind of like gives everyone kind of like a second of pause, because it's like, are we gonna deal with goofy jokes? I thought we were talking about a serious. So I mean, I don't. If that's all someone does, you know, like I'm guilty of that myself. You know what I'm saying? But like,
well, having a sense of humor. There's a difference between having a sense of humor and then being like a kind of flippant is a very good word, because you can be a person who's like laughing at everything, like regardless of the topic or the nature of it, just kind of mocking it, kind of like a little bit like a bully, but just also like a clown, just like the show Kino Casino. They've been mentioned a lot lately. Kino Casino, with PPP is the fat guy.
Yeah.
No offense to fat people, but that guy,
he's fat. I think
he's a perfect example of somebody who mocks everything. He has no respect, and he's not in a position to criticize anybody. Like, I'd love to have a face-to-face conversation with that piece of shit and make him cry. I'd fucking make that dude cry back to his fucking mom. Dude, like, who are you to be mocking anybody? Anyway.
Look, you're half the man he is, Carbon. Get it?
Well, all of us are. We're all half the man he is.
I didn't want you to think I was insulting you. I hope you guys. All right. LE says, I missed the whole war campaign, thankfully, but there are still vestiges, and I'm like, you have nothing better to do than mess with indie creators? And then he says, I got into it with Wiggle on a Slum stream the other day because he was going after Andy Smith. That's just bitterness coming out. What was he saying about Andy Smith? That's interesting, because like Andy Smith is one of the nicest. Like he's just like fun and goofy and nice. I don't understand how anybody could have an issue with him, and he's a good artist. So, I also missed the whole war campaign. Ellie, I didn't have, like, I came in. I don't know. War campaign must have been like what, 5-6 years ago. A while, because I feel like I've been around Comicsgate at least for 3 to 4 years. That's how I feel, but I might be wrong. Because like I was saying at the beginning of the stream, time passes quickly. So, Carbon, do you know when War Campaign was really in its heyday?
It was pre-2020. So I think like the climax occurred in 2019, where everything kind of blew up between all those guys, where it was revealed that they formed a little bit of a cult where they asked guys for dick pics in order to have leverage on people.
So people would just give them dick pics?
Which, by the way, I'm not making up. That's actually a fact. And
you're saying people would voluntarily, like, did they like catfish them? Like, how did they get the dick pic? I'm confused. Like, if some dude texted, I've got some weird messages in the past week, but nobody asking for a dick pic.
That's a good question. I'm not sure of the tactics they used. I think it would make sense to catfish them, because otherwise it's like, how did people get reeled into that?
Right. Hey, I'm a comic book creator, and I'd like to get a picture of your dick for reference purposes.
Dick size. About,
Hey, look, somehow it works, because you know there's a bunch of sex cults out there, and they're able to reel people in. But anyway, yeah, War Campaign. They lost the plot once they started. They kind of turned into Matt Barr. Matt Barr is on his way to being like a War Campaign, where they just lashed out against everybody. Ethan, John Malin.
LE says, lol, they volunteered their dick pics to each other. I'm like, that's some gay shit. Yes, it is. If that's true, they volunteered. That's like, dude, I don't even know what to say to that. We've got a new viewer. His name is Sam. He says, twirling my ass hairs for you guys right now.
Send some pics. It's a pixel.
No, we don't want that, please.
Zam,
Tweaking
well,
right
Zam,
now.
you know, as long as you're having a good time, that's all you, buddy. You know, just we hope you're enjoying the show.
Bro, are you tweaking on acid right now? I know the feeling, my guy. It's okay.
On the topic of gayness, I did send you a DM to you, Patrick. Not a dick pic. Not a dick pic.
I swear to God, Dr. Ben, if it's a dick pic.
But this was my official stance, because I know I had said earlier last time we were all talking that I would watch the ending to that Metal Gear game.
Let me share this.
And I did not. And this is why. This is why. So I hope you all understand.
It says, "Happy Pride" from the legend himself, video game Kojima, and he says, "People in the West have asked why no diversity in my games, but they're wrong. When all my games have included a gay character, you, the player."
Perfect.
I felt like I would be, you know. I saw that.
That's a perfect.
Yeah, I was gonna look it up, and I saw that. I was like, oh, there's a tweet from it. Oh, wait a second. So I felt like if I were to watch the ending, that might, you know.
You find out that Raiden is gay. Wait a minute.
I think I'm going to use that for like any debate and be like, you know, this is a diverse debate. We're representing the gay community as well because you're here.
Right. Yes. Then you should. Then okay. Look. Then now you've got a debate, Matt Barr. You've got to get that zinger in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know, I was on the fence. I was on the fence about joining his stream, but then my gut feeling was like, you know what? It's not worth it. I was sensing that it wasn't going to go anywhere.
Dude, yeah. See, because the thing about Matt Bauer is like he gets to a point about subjects. So I wouldn't say it's every subject, but certain subjects, especially when it's something about you've wronged him or this, that, or the other. It's something relating to him. He will have his mind set up, and it doesn't really matter what evidence or logic or reasoning you use to try to convince him. He doesn't care. He's not there to have a dialogue, to have a Sam, bro. What are you doing, man? This fucking guy. He's not there to have a dialogue. He's literally just there, to try to prove you wrong by yelling at you. And the thing about it is, Carbon, even if you had started giving him like good points that he could not respond to, he would have just started talking over you, interrupting you. And it would have been of no value. I mean, this is what this is what people like that do, because they know that they're wrong deep in their heart. So instead, what they do is they'll interrupt you so that you can't talk, and or they'll call you names, or they'll just be vicious. And that's my interaction with Matt Barr, is that you know, he's just been vicious for no reason, and then you like present evidence to him, or you show him that he's like distinctly wrong, and instead he just tells you to go fuck yourself. And it's just what can you
at
do?
one point he even admitted that he actually just enjoys arguing on the internet. Right. Like he's having fun with it. Like he's doing it to get attention, to get engagement. And I think that proves that there's no winning with him, because like you said, even if I refute everything he criticizes about Comicsgate, about Ethan, and even, you know, the whole doxing thing, he'll come around and just say, hey, you know, but Ethan said I had a head wound. That's why I'm mad at him.
Right.
You know, so fuck him. He said I have a head wound. It's like, dude, what are you, 5 years old?
Right. He'll bring up stupid, petty shit. We got another new viewer, Doc the Butcher. What's a Matt Barr? Essentially a egregiously mediocre artist with a high amount of pride and a low amount of intelligence. I hope that answers your question successly.
Maybe soliciting for dick pics potentially.
He might now. He's part of war. I guess now that he's part of the new war campaign, if that's what we should call them. We should label them so that they get upset about the label. Nicholas McHugh says, "Hail, chat and panel. Hail, Nicholas. Nice to see you, dude."
Hail. Nicholas
has also been on the war path, although he's much more. How would I put it? He's much nicer, and he's got his kid gloves on, if you will. I know that Nicholas could go harder. I know that he could take it too, Matt Barr, but he shows mercy. You know what I mean? You gotta love that, folks.
Well, it's funny because you get to a point where I think even the chat started to spot it, where it's just like you start arguing with anybody, it doesn't matter who it is, and then eventually, like, it crosses the line. You're like, this person is a little bit retarded, and then it makes you pause, and you're like,
am I the bad guy for arguing with
well,
this guy
it's like,
now?
should I? I don't think I should be arguing with this guy. And then you just like, okay, that's fine.
Oh, you win.
That's
you
fine.
win. You're good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then he
sorry.
calls you a faggot again, and you're like, all right, it's fucking on again. You son of a bitch.
Keanu Reeves had a great recent quote. Keanu Reeves had a recent quote because he's like a newfound sage in terms of like Hollywood actors.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
But he's like, I'm at the point in my life where I don't argue with people anymore. This is him saying this. He's like, I'm at the point in my life I don't argue with people. If you say 2 + 2 = 5, I'll say sure thing, buddy, and just go about my day.
Well, I mean, that's kind of the world we live in, though, right now, Carbon. I mean, you can say to people, hey, the COVID vaccine probably wasn't all that good for you. Don't you regret getting it? Don't you feel a little lied to or ripped off? And they'll be like, what are you talking about? Like, you must be some kind of weird conspiracy theorist. You're like, okay, enjoy your myocarditis.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because you try to reach people, you try to break through, give them some information, and shed light on things, but then it's shocking how no one will listen. Like, they have this kind of derangement because of just following the herd mentality. They refuse to listen, and it's like that's when I've realized, even recently, some of the people in my family, like my extended family, who are still liberal, like with the upcoming election, where they're like, they're on the fence. Oh, I don't want to vote for Biden, but I'm not going to vote for Trump. I might vote for a third-party candidate. I'm like, dude, you're just throwing away your vote then.
Just
they're like, oh, you know what?
And vote for the third party. That's the best to do in that situation. I feel like not to cut you off, but like, you know what I mean? Like, there's only so far you can get someone to move. You know what I mean? Like, so many people are mad with Biden that they can't go all the way to Trump.
Technically, the third-party vote, though, is just taking away from Republican votes. I mean, for a while, that's been the case.
But taking both.
Here, real quick, let's get back to shitting on Matt Barr before we move on to
politics. Let's keep this focused.
I just want to be consistent in our, we've been people have told us before we jump from topic to topic. I just want to be consistent here. Matt Barr is a gyrating globalist who likes to fight. Yeah, dude, he never has a good. It's just money, is what he says. Okay, I'm gonna be real with you guys, the audience, and you too, obviously, because you're also here. If you do something that is not good, like it's like for a group of bad people, and you do it for money, that doesn't mean that it's a good thing. Like, it doesn't mean that you're clear and free. Like, oh yeah, well, I mean, I did it for money, so it's all okay. Yeah, no, that's not how. And this is what I was fucking telling Matt Barr, that the ends do not justify the means. That's it. Like, there's no rule. There's no point at which they do. It literally, if you engage in something that's bad, even if you're trying to do it for something good, earning money for your family, it's still a bad thing. You still contributed to globalist pigs, and you should be ashamed of that. It'd be much better if Matt Barr was like, oh, I'm ashamed of the fact that I contributed to globalist pigs. Then I'd be like, wow, he's got some humility. Cool. But humility, a thing that's not very common amongst some of these crazy Comicsgate people. Omni says, do you think the head wound thing is real? I feel like it might be. Dude, it's gotta be. You guys know about that story about that guy who got a railroad tie through his fucking frontal cortex? Did you guys ever hear about that?
Yeah.
And he changed personality. Like, he was a very nice guy, never swore. This was back in the 20s, when we still had the oh my god, I was about to say a racial slur. When we still had the Chinese working on the railroads. I was about to just throw one in there just for fun.
Yellow man. We had the yellow man pulling yellow gold from the river, and the red man
Please, China.
Oh my God.
Preferred nomenclature.
So I mean, this guy like got a railroad tie straight through the head, but he
How
survived.
would you even do that?
Dude, I'm telling, it's crazy. It went up through his eye and like into his frontal cortex. And he, like I said before, he was very calm and very gentle and didn't swear at all. And then that happened to him, and he started getting like he always was swearing all the time. He was way more violent than he used to be. Not like it didn't become a problem where people would, they had like put him in jail or anything, but he just became a totally different person after.
That's probably how they discovered the original lobotomies that they used to do, in which a guy would just literally shove a spike up through the nasal cavity into
like through
the brain.
eye, wasn't it? Like through the.
No, through the nose.
Was it through the? Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was through the nose. He did it to his own wife too. He was like, you know
God.
what? He did.
What?
Yeah, he did. I'm not lying. He cured her of her bad attitude.
I'm sick of you always yapping it when I come home from work.
Yeah.
Here.
So obviously, some brain damage can change your personality.
Oh my God.
That's for sure.
Oh.
I remember reading about that like they would go on tour, like doing that, like go on tours to do the lobotomies like that. And he would like do like 2 at a time, because it's like they'd stick the spike in there and then like wiggle it around. Like
Hey, Dr. Ben, in regards to you going like this, and also Bob Smith says, I empty my fluid to you, Dr. Ben. And he's got a little heart with his
We got
hands
some
face like this.
got some enthusiastic people in the chat tonight. And
I didn't
like
know
I
we get
said,
a sex symbol with Dr. Ben.
Maybe I should have watched that Metal Gear thing. I don't know.
it's your prerogative, guys. However you want to enjoy yourselves at home, by all means, go ahead. And I hope you enjoy the show.
If you want to avail yourselves of Dr. Ben's meat, you do you.
We'll see if your attitude changes if they start doing that to you, Carbon.
We gotta get Carbon on the screen here before that happens.
Well, it might already be happening, just because of my avatar, but
It'll be like a group thing.
Well, I mean, I know, but you got to get on the screen, Mike. I know you were talking about it earlier. I don't mean to pressure you, but we got to have, like, I'm obviously not a sex symbol. We've got Dr. Ben. We need you so that we can get all the women to come on here and just fawn over us and send us super chats. So
yeah. Actually, it's funny because I got a bonus from work, so I will be.
You got a boner at work?
Camera.
Oh,
nice.
Happens.
Did I say boner? Was that a Freudian slip? No, I meant bonus. It was a bonus. A stimulus package. A stimulating package.
Oh.
Stimulating package. Yeah, I'll be buying a camera soon. So yeah. Don't worry, people. I will be on camera this summer. Stay tuned.
That's right. And then you all can beat your meat to him. Ellie the Skibidi Rizzler says, whenever Barr starts to spiral about old drama, I'm like, just let it go already in the chat. I'm going to say Ellie the Skibidi Rizzler. I'm going to say he's Hispanic, so I'm going to say, whenever Barr starts to spiral about old drama, I'm like, just let it go already in the chat. I know he reads it because he pauses and then he doubles down. Good Lord. That's a pretty decent Hispanic accent, right? I mean, it's okay.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Nicholas McHugh says, I love Bitch Tits Bar. That's his new nickname, everybody. It's coined now on Comicsgate Commandos by Nicholas McHugh. Bitch Tits Bar. By the way, I voted for Bitch Tits on your you had that poll. I totally voted for Bitch Tits.
Well, it's funny that you say that because
God damn, wait a minute, real quick. What is time's ticking, Dr. Ben? Are you like, I feel like we've got some people who watch you like on your channel, and they're coming in here and they're threatening you, or also masturbating to you, and so I don't really know what
could be
Ben's,
from my
Dr. Ben's harem is here.
Yeah, it's harem. Well, hail, Louis, and is it just Louis, and I'm just a retard, and Bob Smith. Hail, guys.
It's like Louis.
Louis. Oh, I see.
Like
Louis
or something. Yeah.
Louis Wee.
He's
But
a
anyway,
wee.
about a brief comment, Matt Barr. It's interesting. He claims that he has stopped smoking marijuana, or intaking marijuana since Father's Day.
Uh-huh.
And on the stream last night, he brought that up. He's like, "Oh, I'm not doing it because someone might contact the authorities on him, because apparently he's in a state where it's illegal." But obviously, that's not going to happen. I don't know what his deal is.
I mean, he should be like. I'm not going to say nobody should do this in a perfect, just world. He would be doxxed for doxing somebody, but I don't want anybody to dox him. I'm just saying that would be justice if you ask me. But at the same time, he's got children, and I don't like the idea of children being in danger, even despite the fact that their father is incredibly fucking stupid. Doc the Butcher says, I've been knocked out a few times fighting. Worst one was a spinning hook kick to the back of my head. Oh, that sounds fucking miserable.
Nice.
I got a knee to the face today, and it almost knocked me out. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Almost. I got clobbered at sparring today.
I thought you were boxing, or is it MMA? I thought it was boxing.
Well, so it's more like Muay Thai, if I'm being honest with you.
Okay.
But I haven't really engaged in the knees and elbows aspect. Like, I haven't engaged in it. There are people there, though, who will do it, and sometimes they'll tell you that they use knees and elbows, and sometimes they won't. So I dipped in to kind of because the way I kind of do things is I'll keep you at a certain range until I feel like I know what's going on, and then I want to get in close. Because once I'm in close, you can do things. I'm very resilient. I'm not a very good striker. I don't have a lot of power, but I'm very resilient. You can hit me many times, very powerful.
I'm a little concerned, Patrick. I'm a little concerned.
Why?
I don't want you to get seriously injured.
Oh no.
We need you on here. We need you continuing this consistently. You took a knee to the face. You should consider yourself lucky that. I mean, you look fine. Because that must have been he barely got you with the knee.
Well, I got to be honest. I'm putting I was literally considering canceling tonight, just because I don't feel that good. But you do what you can. I got a couple beers now in me. It takes the pain away. It was just a bad headache.
What do they say? It's not about how hard you can hit.
No, it's really not. But like I said, I dipped in and I made a mistake, and he kneed me. It's more like, I say face. It's more like right above my eyebrows there. And for a second, I was literally whoa.
You gotta get these people back.
This guy.
You gotta come back harder and more aggressive.
You're
right. No mercy, man. Well, it's better to be judged by 12 than carried by 6.
That's right.
As they say.
I have done that in the past. I would call myself a very gentle fighter when we're sparring.
Did you just admit to killing someone?
No admission. There's no admission there. That's not legally binding in a court of law. Theoretically.
Well, that is something to consider, is that, anything we say on the streams can be used later.
That's true.
We've seen with Riley there and Mr. July, is that allegedly they're bringing up the different streams and whatnot. So, that's something
Wait. Before we go off on a different tangent, I've got to read these chats because I'm way behind. Hold on. Give me a second. All right. Kevin Everson says, why? Why? Because violence. Omni says, lol. Violence isn't funny, Omni. Actually, it's really funny. Ellie says, the UN is funding the migrant crisis. China controls the UN, literally. Dude, okay, we're going to have to talk about that, but don't get me started right now. Joke here. Yeah, I assassinated him, but I did it for money. Exactly. It's what's the problem? I did it for money. I had to support my family somehow. Holy shit, says Omni. He's honestly shocked that Kevin Everson would say something like that. But here we are, 2024. Nicholas BQ says, I don't think Matt understands the concept of humility. I don't think it ever has been a thing that's ever crossed his mind before. Omni says, the weird thing is people want to be his friend and he gets compliments on his work, but he just keeps fighting with everybody. Real quick, what work? Exactly. Besides, the only thing I fucking see is Rock and Roll Ninja. We'll get into that. Ellie the Skibidi Rizzler says, Yeah, head trauma can drastically change your personality. There's a cognitive function where you understand the consequences of your words. Head trauma can remove that inhibition. So can alcohol. Mr. Self-Destruct says, another man was impaled through the skull by a piece of rebar dropped from a rooftop construction and survived. Wild pics. I'm going to look that up later. Yay! Yo, go Bucks! Sleeping psychopathy.
That's right.
What are the Bucks like a sports team?
The
Is that what
Buckeyes.
those are?
Buckeyes. Ohio State Buckeyes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it is a sports
Fucking
team.
kicking Michigan's ass every time.
Is that like football? American football?
College football, sir.
College football. Okay. All right. Cool. Bob Smith says, "Hey, he says, if you let out that racial slur, I would have erupted." See, he used to have a different picture. Now he's got this picture. Who are you, Bob? Who are you really?
We got some stock accounts in the chat.
Yeah. Dr. Butcher says, no drinking off here, Bob Smith. For $2, take it off. Woo! Omni says, I'm going to be hydroplaning in the chat then. Louis says, stimulating my package right now. God damn it. See what degeneracy you've brought in here, Dr. Ben?
This was
We were a
brought up that
clean
Metal
show.
Gear thing. I didn't
We were a fucking clean show. Child fucking friendly. And here
Hey,
you
look, LGBT is welcome here. You know, even though we'll make fun of you, but you're still welcome in the
Yeah,
chat.
I will make fun of you. That's why you're welcome, because I need somebody to make fun of. I offended for Cubans everywhere. I love how you said no, you got it right the first time, Ellie. I offended for Cubans everywhere, man. Poor Matt Barr. It's not his fault that he has a head wound. Maybe it is, though. Like, what if it is? What if he was trying to fight some guy that he wasn't supposed to be fighting and the guy gave him a head wound? Threatening masturbation? Lol. No, not me. The chat. The people in the chat. Bob Smith. Oh, my God. Sunshine. I don't know what that means. First rule about Kumite Club. You don't talk about Kumite Club. What's Kumite Club? Do I want to know? What is Kumite?
That is a martial arts competition that was in Bloodsport, the movie with Van Damme.
Oh, okay. I have not seen that one. I've got to watch that.
How dare you? How dare you not fucking know that?
Sorry.
I have to dox you now, Patrick. That's all.
Yeah,
I don't blame
I would
you.
say
I don't
this
blame
much.
you.
It would be far more dangerous. Like, for me to get doxxed would be far more dangerous for the people coming to my home than it would be for me. So, sounds like someone is a crash test. Because the thing about it, I don't have children. Like, so I don't have children or a wife or a girlfriend or a life or happiness or somebody. No, I'm just kidding.
Dark space now.
But you see what you've done? No, but it'd be a bad idea for people to dox me. It'd be a bad idea for people to come to my house. That's what I would say. Be careful, though. Too many more of them, and you'll be going nuts on Twitter, too. She's talking about Lady Gaga videos. Okay, I'm sorry. I got to get caught up here. God damn, everybody keeps commenting. Gentle fighter. See, don't make fun of me. Look, it's like this. I don't like to hurt people. If you keep doing things, like there was this guy who kept doing these spinning sidekicks over and over and over, and he kept fucking loading them up every time. I could see him loading them up. I was like, bro, you got to calm down. But he kept loading them up. And so I kept blocking with my elbow until at a certain point I was tired of that. And so at that point I was like, I need to, like, this isn't going to stop unless he learns a lesson. So I stepped back and he missed. And it was almost like his back was to me. And I gave him a lead hook. I'm a southpaw. I gave him a lead hook right to the side of his head. And I put him down for the rest of the round. And I'm not like, I wouldn't,
Good.
People.
Attaboy.
Yeah, I was proud of it. I was pretty happy about it. I got to be honest.
Do more of that.
Get
Just
these,
do more of that.
Some of your sparring practices, like videoed, and we could do like breakdowns on them and stuff. Like
I should. You guys would not be that impressed by watching me spar. You'd be like, oh, you don't really. You'd be like, man, you need to throw more, or you just kind of eat a bunch of shit all the time. And I'd be like, yeah, that's kind of what I do.
Back to the
Well, sparring
already.
Eat a bunch of shit and move forward.
Sparring in general is not that exciting to watch because, it's for the purpose of training, and so it's not.
Yeah.
You're not watching Rocky IV when you're watching a sparring bout, people training.
Yeah, And it's one of those things where it's like, if we were all going 100% all the time, then it'd be probably super interesting. But we're not like you said, we're not going 100% all the time. And I'll face off against people who are like, I'm not talking like I'm some great fighter. I'm just saying there's people who are lesser than me, and I'll fight them, and I'll just kind of play with them almost. That's kind of what it is. You play with people until they're much better than you, and then you're trying to survive. And that's really what it's like. But if I'm playing with you, if I'm playing with you and you keep fucking throwing the same thing over and over again, and you've got a lot of power and you're winding up every time, like you're going to suffer for that eventually. And I told him later, I was like, dude, I'm sorry I did that. But like, if it was anybody else in this gym, you'd be fucking knocked. Like they would murder you. Like they would not be as patient as I was. So anyway, Dr. Butcher says, oh, another martial artist here. Hi, I started in January 1980, age 14. 44 years now, touched hands in 10 styles. Nice. Very fucking nice. Fought for 15 years from September 1980 to the end of 1995. So, honestly, guys, I think Doc the Butcher could probably fucking murder me. Just from what he said right here. Just from looking, 10 different styles, fought for 15 years. I mean, he could probably murder me without even trying. Yeah, I'm going to respect you from now on. I'm not going to make fun of you. I was planning on making fun of you.
But if you follow up with his next chat, though, you'll see that perhaps he might not be able to take you on.
It's still going. Worst injury, fall of 1983. In short, my left testicle was destroyed by a bad kick. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to laugh. Is that real, Dr. Butcher? I'm sorry if that is. I'm sorry. It sounds like it was a really good kick, though.
God damn, dude.
You have to get surgery for that?
That's a tragedy, dude. I'm sorry to hear that.
Exploded. Destroyed,
Holy
he says. But we
shit.
all know what happened. God damn.
A direct kick.
Oh,
Fuck.
my God. Oh. Chad Wallace says... I don't think Chad Wallace is a real person, I got to be honest, because now he has the picture of Bob Smith, and he's got the same picture as Bob Smith. What's going on here? Guys, we can't have fake AI watchers. I would prefer real people. I might be gay, but you can't compete with this package.
AI chat.
Maybe it is
I don't
a
think
Matt
we're there
Barr.
yet.
I feel like if it was a Matt Barr one, though, he'd be saying more egregious things to try to get us to. Like I said, I've gotten chats recently, DMs on Twitter that are incredibly strange. I wanted to share them with you guys tonight, but I would like to edit it so the person who sent them to me isn't visible, but I didn't do that yet. So, I hate when tards want to test you. It drives me insane. Yeah, it's just people who they don't understand what you give out is what you get back. If you're giving out constant aggression, there's going to be a guy who sends it back to you, and you're not going to be ready for him. I spar like how I make love, sweaty, horny, and angry.
Okay.
I know what it's like to play with people, says Chad Wallace. I might stop reading Chad Wallace's comments.
Yeah, Chad Wallace is not.
1980 to 1995 were prime what was it, Carmen? Kumite years. Very real. I still had 2 kids, and it never affected my sex drive. Dude, nice. Congratulations. That's good. That's good. Chad Wallace says, I'm not AI on phonem. What is...
Oh, he's on his phone.
On phonem. Huh.
Reason that might be a
Well, Chad Wallace, like I said, enjoy yourself.
commando group in Vietnam or something. Awesome.
Yeah.
Phone name.
So yeah.
Let's get back on topic. Let's get back on some topic because this is getting wild.
So yeah, let me wrap that up real quick. Is that so I got knee to the head, which really hurt, and then well, it didn't. I wouldn't say pain. Pain isn't really the thing. It's more like your body stops working the way that you want it to work, and you're conscious of it, and that's the thing that bothers me. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I did get fucking whacked in the calf because I was against a higher level guy, but he like wasn't defending very much. So I was like, okay, like if you're not going to defend, then I'm going to throw some. So I cracked him a few times, and then he paid me back. He got me to drop to a knee by fucking a rear roundhouse to my front calf, my right calf, because I'm in southpaw, so my right foot is forward, and he cracked me so good I had to drop to a knee, like a bitch. Louis Wee says justice for Chad Wallace. Louis Wee, you're on my fucking shitometer now too. You see what's happened? You're on my fucking watch list. If I was the fucking ATF, you'd be on my list of motherfuckers.
Cool.
Now
we know.
Mr. Self-Destruct says brain damage. I might, dude. I've been feeling wonky and weird all day. It's hard for me to get thoughts straight. So if I'm, yeah. He says, I was fighting a dude. We couldn't get in. Dr. Butcher says, I was fighting a dude. We couldn't get in on each other at range of a standing sidekick. Cool. I fired one off. He countered with a standing sidekick. My kick re-angled his kick. His heel hit my cup and
then that was the end of his left testicle.
So I was firing.
Yeah.
I was fighting a dude. Couldn't get in each other at range of my standing sidekick.
That's the story of how his left testicle got destroyed.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure. I'm trying to like visualize
Rest
it.
in peace to that left arm.
I fired off a standing sidekick. My kick re-angled his kick. His kick hit my. Oh fuck! Now I realize. Oh, horrible.
Well, God gave us two, luckily.
Now, let me ask you guys.
That's why.
When you hear like some sort of injury like that, or if you see an injury, but like even if I hear one, like it gives me like that shiver, like that. If it's something that's really bad, I get that like that shiver that's like from the bottom of your sack, where you're just like, ugh. But like just seeing or like imagining violence, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I don't know if everyone gets that, or if it's just me from like seeing or like hearing about things.
I think that's the natural reaction. Like, you know, that part of whatever part of your body it is you hear about, it makes you, you know, cringe away from that when you hear about it being damaged, and you become numb to it with experience. Like if you've seen enough horrific images, then it can numb you to the point where like it doesn't bother you anymore.
I don't know.
Mr. Self-Destruct says I unconsciously was holding my balls as you read that out.
Yeah.
I would say, Dr. Ben, no. I would say there's like most forms of violence I don't even blink an eye at. But there are some forms of violence that they will, like, I just literally refuse to watch it. So like bullet violence doesn't bother me for some reason. But knife violence really bothers me. Like, or like, have you guys ever seen Silent Hill?
Yeah, I mentioned it the other
Is
day.
that the one with the lady in it from Fifth Element? I can't remember. Think of her name.
It's been so. I've only seen it once, and it's been so long.
Mika Jovovich.
No, she was in Resident Evil.
Yeah, Resident
You're
Evil.
thinking of Resident Evil.
I like that series a lot. I love the Resident Evil movies.
The Silent Hill movie had Sean Bean in it in the first.
That's
one.
right. That's right.
Yeah.
That movie. There was a scene, which I want to see, Carbon, if you can guess. There was a part that I saw.
The first movie.
Yeah, the first one that like changed me forever. You know, like when you see something horribly violent and you're like, "Oh my god," and you never forget it. Yeah, take a guess.
When the cop was burned on the stake.
No.
She was burned alive. Oh, the skin. When the skin was ripped off a person. Yeah.
Yep.
But to me, that was such a. See, sometimes gore can be so over exaggerated and so unrealistic that like. It doesn't create that visceral reaction in you. You know what I mean? Like when it looks it looks over the top. To me, that was a little over the top because I'm like, you're not. It's unrealistic. You can't rip the skin off of somebody like that.
Have you ever tried, Carbon? Have you ever tried?
But it wouldn't happen that way because he gripped her by. Ben, just to let you know, Pyramid Head, the character, he gripped a person by the chest. So the skin on the chest was grabbed and then gripped tight, and then by that he pulled, and all the skin off the person's body was ripped off like a coat. But then that wouldn't happen because if you had the force to pull that much, you would only rip the front of the body. You would not.
Yeah.
The skin would not come off as a whole coat intact like that.
You don't know. Maybe he's been practicing that move, and this was his opportunity to use it.
What if it was like one of those people that lost a lot of weight and they have all that extra skin?
Yeah. Yeah. You didn't think about this, did you, Carbon?
Oh God. When I see those videos, bro, I can't watch it. When like these people who are 500 pounds and you see their belly is just like a bag of skin.
Yeah.
Like
I
empty
can't
Rite
take it.
Aid bags. Yeah, it's.
Oh, they need Pyramid Head to come rip some of their skin off.
Fuck that.
Oh.
See, I don't. If I see a movie, I can watch horror movies and like slasher movies and stuff, and that doesn't like. I haven't watched like the super extreme stuff. Like I think there's one called like Serbian movie or something or other that's supposed to be like horrible.
A Serbian film.
Yeah. I've never seen that
No.
one, so I couldn't really say.
I saw that. I had a phase where I wanted to see the most disturbing stuff that exists on the planet, which is kind of strange. But I did it for a while. And I think, well, I did it for the partially to become numb to it. I partially wanted to be able to to handle it, and I guess I succeeded because now it's true. Now that I've seen stuff that's just so much worse than like anything that comes out now, I guess it worked because like it doesn't faze me as much.
Huh.
But
So then I imagine then the Saska Sisters videos didn't faze you that much then.
no, they don't. It's funny because like
run of the mill. They're very run of the mill. The Saska.
Yeah, I love that puking into what do they call those siphons? Funnels. They puke into a funnel into each other. Ugh.
Yeah, desensitized, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because it makes you able to see when people are trying to gross you out.
Right.
Like, there's so many things out there that people make with the intention of just trying to sicken you. Where
Yeah, I mean,
it,
like
I'm
Lady Gaga continuously puts out albums.
But you know, it's funny because there is a little bit of an uncanny valley when it comes to watching violence on film. Because, like I said earlier, like when you watch gore in a horror movie, like you could think of the most like insane horror movie out there, the goriest, and show me one of those scenes, and there's still that uncanny valley where it's like I can still tell it's not real.
Right.
You know, like something about the skin, like the texture of the prosthetics, you see it. And by the way, Japan has the worst shit out there. Japan is the goriest and sickest shit out there. But then even with those movies, you're like, it's still not real. Then when you watch a real video, like you go on one of these like sick websites, like rotten.com. Remember Rotten? And like there's something called liveleak.com. And you see something that's real, like you can immediately tell it's real, and something like it gives you that gut reaction that makes you a little sick. You're like, oh, I could see that that's real. So there is that uncanny valley. Oh, Mr. Self-Destruct.
Hey, real quick. I got to take a piss real quick. I got two questions for you guys. One, are you guys members of Johnny Scab's channel?
I am.
Okay. Have you watched Dr. Ben then, since you're not? Have you watched the new Malin Mysteries? Is it out for non-members is the question I'm asking.
I don't think so. I think because I just saw him posting about it the other day. If you want to watch the second episode, you gotta pay up.
Okay. I don't want to play. I don't want to play it if it's not.
Yeah.
It's free. No. He made it public now. Actually.
Is it public now?
Yeah, you can watch it. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna play this real quick. I got to use the restroom. It feels like a number 2. So.
Oh,
Sorry,
Jesus.
but that's why I might be a little bit here.
Oh my
Just enjoy this. You guys want me to turn it down so you can talk? I'll turn it down a little bit so you can talk.
Yeah, we'll continue. I was gonna comment on Mr. Self-Destruct in the chat brought up a Japanese movie, Ichi the Killer, and that's right up the alley of being some of the sickest shit out there by Takashi Miike.
See, I keep hearing that guy's name, and I've never seen any of his stuff. That Takashi.
He made Takashi Miike. You've probably heard of Audition, the Japanese movie.
Right.
Yeah, that's one of his more like known, like almost mainstream movies.
Okay.
What else?
Yeah.
Everything else is kind of obscure.
Itchy the Killer. I'm putting that down on the list too. Itchy the Killer. It does sound good.
Don't Ben? Honestly, I don't recommend it.
No.
I don't, because
that just makes me want to watch it now. You know, I'm like, as long as it's not
get into the portal. Hurry.
gay thing like
Good luck,
that.
Cecil. Try not to let them.
Yeah, like
or whatever.
It's okay, guys. You go on ahead.
Takashi Miike's gory stuff is like it's on the border of being a little too much. Like the grotesque nature of some of that stuff.
There's the song.
Quick, before the portal shuts. Cecil's just plain dead. He's absolutely fine.
Are you sure, Ethan? Looks like he took a death blow.
Oh, yeah, I saw he was putting little video shorts of this on his YouTube too, but I didn't see that he had.
Prepare yourselves. Once we enter the Rippaverse, we may not be able to return until Eric and P. Diddy are vanquished. Keep your wits about you.
Yeah, I always have the problem. I don't know if you've ever worked in a restaurant there, Carlin, but or anyone in the chat there. But I've worked in different restaurants over the years, and
My husband
meat
took me to dinner at
slicers
the diner
always
because he was
give me
going
like
away on business the next day. It seemed like a normal
always give me a
night,
pause.
but he was paranoid. He kept talking about the people that were after his
I tried to get it out of my head by putting it in a comic years ago, and it's never changed. If I think about it, it just. If anything happens to me, I need you to.
You mean like deli meat slicers?
Yeah.
Where you put like a turkey roast or a ham roast and you slice it?
Yeah, that'll just.
That grosses you out?
You're sounding
Yeah,
like
I
a
just
crazy
imagine
man,
like
Edward.
getting your
What
hand
people are
stuck
you
in there or
talking
your
about?
arm. You know what I
And why
mean?
do you
Like
want your schematics?
it just pulling
I
you
don't
in and just.
understand.
The
World Economic Forum.
Well, actually,
That's
I've known people who have hurt themselves on that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's easy. That's what I'm saying.
But
Like,
you gotta go slow. If you go really slow, you're fine.
right. I mean, it is like as long as you're generally like they have like two handles on them. As
It
long
was
as you
when
keep
we
your
left
hands
the
on
diner
those,
that
like
it happened.
theoretically
We were
you
walking
should
to our car.
be exposed to like
Well,
a spinning blade. But
Well, what I think happens.
Thinking about it.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, I think what happens is when people they've worked that job for a long time, and they've gotten so used to it that like to them it's like tying their shoes. It's like second nature. That's when the injuries happen because like they do it automatically without even thinking, and they become a little careless, and it's like, whoops, I sliced my thumb.
Let me get.
A friend of mine sliced the tip of his thumb off on one of those things.
Behind this assassination. The Fish Mob's warehouse is rumored to be in this part of town, but we might need some assistance locating it. You there?
Okay, this must be it.
Street urchin kid. Me and my colleague are looking for a warehouse that's frequented by fish-headed mobsters. If you can help us out, I'll give you a nickel.
I know the way, Governor. I'll do anything for a nickel.
So this is the place. Be careful where you wield them. There could be booby traps, so be tactful. Have your pistol ready. This fish-headed mob are known to be heavy hitters.
Fish-headed mobs.
I'll do the shooting.
Man.
We have entered the lair of the creature Sturgis. A sad and ill-tempered.
I'm surprised. Nobody is streaming from Garden State Comic Con yet.
Yes, Dale.
I think
He is known
I'm
by
not
many.
sure if he does it like
He was a
this
comic book fan
this
and
night or if
follower
it's
of
the
mine.
last night. But
Many
Graham
moons
is
ago.
supposed to do like
Before his mind was twisted and corrupted.
he always
by
has
evil
like a cigar
and his
party, a
3D
Hawaiian
assets.
shirt,
Now he
and
endlessly
cigar
seeks
I
party.
think it's
Dark
I
Lord
think it's
July.
tonight,
He is no
but
longer.
maybe it hasn't started. Probably once it starts,
We would do well not
maybe
to
after
attract
10.
attention. Let us move swiftly.
Could be
We don't
another
have time to
situation
waste.
where they don't want to stream in case there's
You hear that?
legal
I can hear
repercussions.
a
You know,
TV.
everyone's
Get ready
there
to jump out.
drinking, and
Wheel me stealthily.
so, you know what I'm saying.
Aim
It
to
could
get
be
the drop
could be a
on these
concern.
fishy crooks.
Well, they streamed it last year, and plus everybody's staying at the hotel for the most part. You know, so it's like, you know, everyone's drinking outside.
It
It's
is
all
a
good.
great pleasure to stand here and to be bestowed with this honorary doctorate.
Shit, are these
These are
fish
hard
people
to
with
mob,
Klaus
so they're
Schwab?
not going to give us any new information regarding the World Economic Forum's master plan. Get ready to start shooting. I'll wheel
Ready to
myself
start
at
shooting.
them as a
All right.
distraction. They're much less likely to shoot a crippled man. I can't say the same for an Englishman.
Why didn't Johnny do a stream to debut it? Is what I'm
The
wondering.
Rippaverse is home to nightmares that far surpass the creature Sturgis. Here, the Dark Lord July has powers way
Yeah, he
beyond,
hasn't been as consistent with his
but
streams.
I know a way to defeat
Maybe
him.
he's been busy
Destroy the
lately.
Rippaverse once and for all.
I think he's still in mourning from the loss of the Queen. I mean, it's been 2 years, but I think he's still. I think it affected him for a great deal.
I did not pass through fire and death to beg the crooked birds with a witless worm.
Well, we know we never asked Johnny his feelings about the monarchy and the Queen in general. We know Chokeout is very loyal.
And then you see it.
He apparently loved the Queen like she was family.
It is not our part
It
here
would
to
be
be
kind of
felt
hard
only
to
for a
like.
season, or for a
You
few
know,
lives of
what was
men,
she like
or for a
98 or
passing
something
age
when
of
she
people.
died? I mean,
We should seek a final.
how
Yeah.
how could you be like mad at like grandma? You know what I'm saying? Like even if she's the head of like just a horrible empire or whatever, it's still like grandma, it's okay. You know what
Except
I mean?
they're not horrible at all. They're the best.
You escape me.
The British Imperial Empire fucking is awesome.
It's not going to happen a second
They
time.
saved many countries in the world.
You want me to put some holes in them, boss?
Potentially, well, they were the ones that started the Israel, wasn't they? They were the ones they had the land of Palestine after the end of World War One, and it was under their control, I think.
Now go grab.
But it's like they've been giving up all their little colonies or whatever, because they had Hong Kong for a while too.
These schematics we might
I think there was another one that they had that they gave up recently too. It seems.
Detective Snow.
Oh.
Well.
Yeah, there's a bit of a reversal happening with they're decolonizing the globe, but
That kind of amuses me.
we'll see what happens. I mean, even though we beat them, obviously in the American Revolution,
You're supposed to
I still have a lot of respect for England.
Yeah, no, I don't have any. I believe a lot of my family is supposed to be English, so I don't really had any.
all over town.
I've always enjoyed all the stories about King Arthur and all that. So.
Leave the policing to us.
Well, what's the best country to live in Africa? In the continent of Africa, what's the best country to live in?
Open wastes
The
of the
continent of
Rippaverse.
Africa.
We must be cautious.
Yeah.
Shit.
Spies of the Dark Lord July
If
are everywhere.
if it was me,
We must make the most of what little daylight.
I have no idea. Honestly, I was.
Some weed right now.
It's South Africa.
Is it South? I don't.
South Africa is the best country to live in Africa, in terms of quality of life standards.
See,
And why is that? Because of England.
Okay.
Colonization is what led to that area being more habitable.
I'm just under the impression that they're like
Carbon Heart's a colonizer.
Yes, I am.
And Carbon Heart, knowing what I know about your genetic background, that's a wild thing for you to say.
How dare you?
No, I'm just saying, like, it's like I agree with you. I'm just saying, like, most people would be like, you know, I don't like how your people took over this country. And it's like, well, we made everything better, so.
Well, you know, it's funny. Go ahead, Ben.
Well, I was gonna say, I think that they just did something where they said that that Julian Assange, they gave him he can appeal extradition. That was like one of the things that just happened. I think. I know they've been fighting that for like years or whatever. All his shit. But I think there was something where they just said that he does have the right that he can appeal being extradited to our country because.
Well, who's going to extradite him? The Russians aren't going to extradite him. I don't know if you knew this, but the Russians and the Americans aren't really getting along so hot right now.
Right. But no, because he's charged because of WikiLeaks or whatever, because we say that he's spreading sensitive information or whatever it is. Are you thinking Snowden or are you thinking Assange? Snowden's the one that's in Russia.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, I made a mistake.
Yeah.
My bad.
Well, here's the thing about Assange.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
And I'm going to let this out for the first time vocally, out loud.
Fair enough. It's on the record.
You know,
that's right.
Everybody.
Listen up, ATF, FBI, and CIA. No,
I mean, look, once I say it, it's like it's going to fall flat because it's like maybe a lot of people feel this way already, but it's like, okay, Julian Assange with WikiLeaks, the big controversy is that he acquired and divulged government documents, military documents, right? But those military documents had like state secrets, military strategic secrets that were compromising. Obviously, you know, you can't divulge that because that's the whole purpose of the strategy, for it to be covert, right? So he did that, and that's what got him in hot water. In my opinion, yeah, it's bad that he did that, because fuck him. Like, if you're an American and you think like you're gonna be such a fucking virtue signaler, that's like, hey, I'm gonna reveal our military's covert operations because I disagree with our country, and we're imperialistic. I don't care about your ideals, dude. That's the military operation. That's us. That's a dick move. I agree with him going to jail for that. That's not okay in my book. So fuck him, and he belongs in jail for that.
Well, was it? See, that's the thing that I'm confused on too. Is what exactly are the ones that they're mad that WikiLeaks released? Because he's been in jail, that consulate and all that shit for years, right? Like, it wasn't. I know WikiLeaks did the Hillary Clinton emails, but there was something, I can't remember what the things were before that. Because like the other thing was like Snowden's stuff, where it showed that they were all spying on us and everything. And like, I agree with that one. Like, as citizens, you should know that they can spy on you anyways. But like,
yeah, well, he revealed a lot. He had a lot of documents that were revealed, not just military strategy.
Right.
I was just commenting on that one aspect. And that goes for, Kevin Everson. Yeah, he is an American. True. Regardless, what I'm saying, though, is that if you spill our military secrets, there needs to be a consequence for that. That's what I'm saying. So this whole, like, hey, give peace a chance, extradite, free Assange, I'm not down with that. Fuck him. Fuck anybody else that wants to mess with our military operations.
No, I can agree with that to a point, but I think this is the other thing, is that like all of the major news organizations used all that stuff, right? Like they all they all looked at it and they were like, oh, yeah, these are all secrets. They all published work from it. And that's what I'm saying. To me, it's like at this point, it's like, what is even the point? You know, because they never went after like, you know, the New York Times for publishing stuff from WikiLeaks. You know, like they were never, Washington Post didn't get any shit for publishing that. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I understand, like, definitely if it's like military stuff and it puts, you know, puts our troops in danger. You know, I can understand, like, yeah, that's not cool.
Well,
but
I mean, you're completely right. Like everyone else who shared it. Well, apparently, like since he created the website, which like was responsible for harvesting like a lot of documents, that's what got him in hot water. So that's what put him in the hot seat. But you know, it's funny that you make a good point though, Ben, because now the world has changed so much. Because like 10 years ago, that was controversial, and now it feels like anything goes. It's like a free for all.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you had a guy get arrested and put to jail. Remember that guy who made memes about Hillary Clinton?
Mm-hmm.
He just made memes.
Yeah, he made and they had other people had done the same thing, because his was like he made a meme of like, text this number to vote for Hillary, beat the line, text, you know, whatever,
Yeah.
make your vote for Hillary, and that's what they got him for. And it's like, okay, well, here's Democrats and other people doing the same thing. Oh, Republicans, vote on this day instead. Text this number to vote for your Republican candidate. And none of them ever got anything. I mean, unless they were and it was never released. But at the same point, like, you think they would highlight that if other people were also.
Pat, you're muted.
Good point. That's another reason why we shouldn't operate. This is like I guess the theme of the week is the ends do not justify the means. You can't operate like your enemy and expect to be treated any differently than your enemy ought to be treated. Now, in this particular scenario, the enemy they control the means of punishing people. So they're obviously not going to punish their own. You know what I mean? But if you don't give them any ammunition with which to punish you, then you're in a better spot. That's, you know, just like, so that kind of wraps it back to the Matt Barr thing. It's just like, when you act like the enemy, you're now that's the reason the reason that we consider them our enemy is because they act a certain way. And now you're acting a certain way. And it's just, you know. Anyway, you know what's really cool, folks? You know what's really cool? I felt a lull there. Did you guys feel that lull? I felt it. We gotta be. There's one thing I learned from EVS, who many people hate, and many people love. He's very correct about the whole radio thing. That streams are like radios. You know, like radio shows. You gotta keep people interested. You gotta keep them going. What do you guys think about this? I'm just gonna play this real quick because everything she ever does or says infuriates me. So I haven't watched this yet, but this is from Cam. Cam, who from time to time, Cam will say something that's like pro Eric July and anti EVS, and by from time to time, I mean he's always talking about. Well, actually, I called him out once on how he's always talking about EVS, and he really hasn't talked about EVS that much since then. Curiously enough. He's always got some really great points to make, though, especially on subjects about politics, transsexualism, war, that kind of thing. So even if you disagree with Cam on the whole EVS thing, I would still recommend following him because he's got a lot of great points to make about a lot of other things. Here we have, ladies and gentlemen,
favorite big booty
Alexandria.
Latina.
That's right, our favorite big booty Latina. Here we go.
Still my heart.
Are you ready to win this country back? And are you ready to fight for peace and God? A peace and
I don't know about y'all. Here we go.
Let's hear it.
God damn, that's cringy as fuck.
Listen, bitch.
We gotta take our country back.
Get back behind the bar. Make me a fucking margarita.
Dude,
Really.
Omni makes a great point here. He goes, I think AOC took a page from Hitler's handbook, lol. What the fuck is this shit? Dude, I know, right? Hell yeah, baby. I'm down. Let's throw down.
There was one where she was in the house and she was doing the same thing where she's like, blah, 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 like she was acting like a preacher or something where they get all.
Yeah. Look, it's not working. Like, you watch this, and anybody who like actually is roused by her, not aroused.
Okay. Okay.
No, not aroused.
Specify,
If you're
all right.
aroused, that's fine. If you're aroused, that's the correct response. But if you're roused by her speech to like towards arms, a call to arms, then like there's something wrong with your brain because this is not inspiring. This is not like I see this. Like I see a babbling, like a girl who has not gotten laid properly
Yes.
in a while. That's
Dude,
what's happening.
That's what I think. Yeah, I think that's what's going on with a lot of her aggression. Her boyfriend
Seriously.
He's not putting in the work, ladies and gentlemen.
Plus, she's got red lipstick on, right?
Yeah.
That means
on a Latina, that's a sign of crazy.
She wants to suck some D that day. She put on that no, that's an actual sign. It's scientifically proven.
Wait a minute, you got to explain this, my guy.
If a woman, this will help you in your life. This will help you. If a woman has red lipstick on, that means that day that you see her with the red lipstick, she wants to suck on some D. So view that as an opportunity.
How do you know that?
It's a fact. It's just how it is.
Writing this down.
It's instinct. Omni says no dude wants to fuck that. Omni, look. If there's no talking involved, I'm just gonna say, Carbon Heart knows what's up. Omni says, but then he also said she just needs a good dicking down, and then she'll calm her tits. So which one is it, Omni?
Yes.
No one wants
She
to fuck
needs-
that.
look,
or she needs a good
This
dicking
is
down.
why.
Which one is
in all
it?
seriousness, this is why you do not appease the babbling rants of cute girls. Like, you cannot appease them and go, oh yes, okay, whatever you say, because look what this is what it's led to. It started with her. She was a bartender. She was a bartender in Queens, in New York. It started with her going, I'm gonna run for Senate, and nobody had the balls to go, listen, honey, why don't you slow your roll and like just get married and like start a family. Don't run for Senate. But
She could have
nobody
had
said
beautiful
anything.
children.
Yeah, so she ran for Senate. Then you had all the people vote. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, the chat is liking you. They're saying Carbon is correct here. Red is mating signal, often unconscious display of red, panties, lipstick, dress, top. Carbon is
Yes.
right again.
Red
Hoes need to learn their place.
Yes. So do not. You gotta nip it at the bud. Do not let it go past her saying, "I want to run for Senate." You say, "Listen, honey, why don't you get in the kitchen? Why don't you grab me a steak, and a drink? Get me a whiskey and cook a steak, girl. Fucking bend over."
It's the old riddle of when an unmovable object meets an unstoppable force. That is what it is, because it's like, you look at her and you're like, would, but then you hear her talk and you're like, I can't do that. That's too much for me.
Yeah. It's funny because right here,
100% agrees with you, Carbon. 100%.
this is the analogy right here. AOC is like the embodiment of like the sentiment of why America is collapsing, because we've allowed this shit to happen. Like, it keeps escalating. Now she's standing at the podium screaming incoherently and basically whipping up the crowd for what? Like, for what purpose? Just for insanity. Like, there's nothing here.
Just gotta take the country back.
Let's play it again. I wanna calm Carbon down, so let's play it one more time.
Yeah. The fuck? Wait a minute. Win the country back.
Yeah, win the country back. Did you hear what she said there? Are you ready to win
Yeah,
this
bitch.
country back?
I am ready to win the country back from
Bro,
you, girl.
How funny would it be if right after that she was like, "Vote Trump," and then all the crowd was just like, "Oh."
You know the irony. Oh God.
Wait, I want to hear the
Not-
part that upsets me the most. Hold on. I don't know about y'all. First of all, you've never said fucking y'all in your whole fucking life. Like, you've never naturally said that. Ever. Ever. And you're saying it here. It's just a classic politician thing. I'm talking to, she's like looking around the audience. She's like, oh, that guy's black. That woman's black. Wow, we got like 60% blacks here. I'm going to use the word y'all. They'll appreciate that. That's exactly what that was. Go fuck yourself, you statist pig.
Was this literally like yesterday or
I don't know.
a couple days ago?
I
Because
don't
like
know.
in the recent like past couple days, you guys know who what is it? Nick Fuentes? Is that how you say his name?
Yeah.
Like a literal. It's like a literal neo-Yahtzee fella.
You can say Nazi. We don't like Nazis here. We don't like totalitarians.
He's like a literal neo-Nazi fella, and she was like she wrote something on Twitter about this and that, blah blah blah, and he's like agreeing with her. He's like, "You're right. We agree on this," and she's like, "I don't agree with you." Like, people were like, "Look, they're flirting. Like she's flirting with it."
Sometimes I wonder if that's what it is. You know, a little bit of flirting.
Well, I was gonna say that the irony here is that when you boil it down to like fundamental nature, really what's happening is that she's screaming. She's gone hysterical now because what's happened is that no real man has entered her life. So what happens to a woman is that when no dominant man presents themselves in their life to like take charge and lead them, they become hysterical. But this is what happens. And now she's resorting to, she's got the red lipstick on. She's showing that she's prime and ready. She's ready right there to be fucked.
She's got the energy.
And she's screaming. She wants a dominant, a man who lifts weights, who's taller than her, who will not tolerate this nonsense, who will tell her to shut up, right? That's what she wants to happen.
Yeah, she doesn't want. I mean, look at most.
I don't know about y'all, but I want to suck a dick tonight.
She wants to be dominated. It's true. Why else is she screaming? There's no reason.
I feel like this is the perfect woman for Shane Davis. What do you guys think? Like, he's constantly talking about how he wants a woman of color to be yelling at him and calling him a piece of shit. I feel like AOC is the perfect woman for. I'm sorry, Yanzi. I'm not trying to ruin your marriage, but you know, she's really yelling. Do you ever really yell, Yanzi?
Shane fantasizes about that kind of woman in his life.
I know.
I don't know if you can actually handle. You need to grab them by the wrists and shake them like the way Leslie Nielsen did in Airplane. That's what needs to happen. Someone just needs to shake her and slap her across the face.
Slap. That movie's so fucking funny, dude.
Any of the guys that are leftists or Democrats or whatever are all coming to it this meek. Yes, you're right. I'm sorry. I don't want to offend you. You know, they're all coming with that kind of energy, and she's angry.
Well, that's
she
a
sees
lot
either
of
them or like a life full of cats. It's one of the two, and she's.
That's what a lot of males in our society have been like led to. And I'll be honest, I was one of those guys. I'll be brutally honest with folks. Like,
is this in your?
I came up.
Isom
I was in college. Actually, technically no. I was coming up during. I was in college during 2008, 2009 to 2013, I think.
Okay.
And that was the indoctrination I received, was that, you know, you got to be the nice guy. You've always got to, I don't know how to describe it, because there's parts of it that I still agree with. Like, you don't disrespect women. You don't abuse them. You don't hurt them. You don't take advantage of them. You don't lie to them. But at the same time, sometimes you just got to kind of tell them what to do. And that's something that I've learned as I get older, is that women, it's less even like I want to tell women what to do, and more like women want me to tell them what to do. And I, generally speaking, think I'm right. So I'm, okay, if you want me to tell you what to do, then fine, I'll do that. I was always trying to be respectful before. You know what I'm saying? But now I come to realize that this thing that the feminists rail about all the time, the toxic masculinity of men being in control and taking charge and things like that, that's what most women want. And it's like, this is the thing, is I can say that, and I know, I don't care what anybody says in the chat or whatever. Like, I know that that's the truth. I've experienced it now. It's a fact.
It's a fact.
Like, I've experienced the rejection from women who you're nice to, and the non-rejection from women who you're not mean to, but like, you're just like, I'm the boss and this is how it's going to go. And they fall in line, and then they like it. I don't, that's
What's
just
happened
my
is
personal experience.
Society, our modern culture, colleges, and the workplace, right, have now become an indoctrination tool to basically cuck men out of being their true dominant, aggressive selves. And what I mean by that is you're in college, co-ed college with women. You need to placate women. You need to be nice to them. Even when they insult you, they belittle you, you got to be the better person. You got to swallow it and take it. Because at the end of the day, what's happened is that feminism was not about equality. It was about them taking revenge on men.
Yeah.
And trying to dominate over men. And that's what's happening in colleges. That's what's happening in the workplace, in office settings, where you have these women basically taking advantage of HR and sexual harassment. And let me tell you something, I've experienced it firsthand. Me personally. I was actually even accused of sexual harassment when I didn't. I didn't even say anything sexual at all, but someone wanted to get revenge on me. And that's when I learned my lesson. I said, wow, I guess it's true. Like, I wasn't even flirting, but a woman wanted to get revenge on me in the office. She claimed sexual harassment on me. Got me fucking a formal write-up. It's called a final warning, which is like, oh, if you do this again, we're gonna fire you. I'm like, dude, none of this is true.
Right.
None of this happened.
Right. There was a friend I knew who was a lawyer, and I knew him. He's one of my best friends, and he had a similar situation. The words that he said to this woman were, I think that the sexual revolution has led to like bad things for most of society. I think it has not been very good for society.
That is assault.
Yeah.
And that was sexual harassment. And he was instantly fired. And it's like, what in the actual, like, what?
Really?
He just expressed
That's funny.
an opinion. He expressed an opinion
Yeah.
saying that less sex was better. Like like no promiscuous sex is a good thing. And then he got hit with sexual harassment. It's like, what the fuck is going on here?
That 10 years ago, when that happened to me, you get a written warning. Now they'll just fire you on the spot. That's how much worse it's gotten.
Well, that's what happened. He got fired on the spot. I mean, like, it was a
Yeah,
week.
so that's why men are not going to college anymore. You're hearing about college campuses are 30% male, rightfully so, because it's a liberal hive mind of debauchery and nonsense. Pick up a trade. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Finish out. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm saying if anybody hears me who's young, a man, or tell other young men in your life, pick up a trade, become an entrepreneur, and save your money. Do not blow your money on a college. Do not.
Omni says, I feel like I need to pick you guys up and Mr. Self-Destruct and go get beers. I would love that, dude. That'd be amazing. But I can second Carbon Heart's statement there. I made the mistake of going to, I failed out because of weed. For
a junkie.
I know, right? Patrick Quinlan is a fucking junkie.
He's a junkie.
No, let's be honest. I
doper.
smoked a ton of weed, and I didn't go to any classes, and there was also depression involved in there, and that's what made me fail out the first time. And the first time, yeah, no, I only
What
failed
were
out
you going
once.
for? What was your?
Well, I went to the University of Notre Dame for a year. I did not fail out of there. I want to be very specific.
Okay.
I did not fail out of Notre Dame. I just got what I would consider bad grades, B's. So, but it was very like there was a lot of
Irish stuff.
unfixable mental issues involving Notre Dame. So I had to leave Notre Dame. Although while I was there, I did do Marine Corps ROTC, which kind of introduced me to the whole military world. I never went any further than that because I realized that I'm not the kind of man who can take orders. I'm not. You know, you tell me to do something. You tell me to, bomb this guy, this fucking Muslim over somewhere else. I'm just like, why? Why am I killing this guy? You know what I mean? I became much more of a pacifist as I got older, which might seem a little strange considering that we're on Comicsgate Commandos. But I think war is horrible. You got to be ready for it, but it's horrible. Anyway, that's another tangent I was going on to. I went to Notre Dame for a year. Then I went to Truman State University, which is a state college in Missouri. And there I was indoctrinated, especially in regards to the things that Carbon has been referencing about this whole, you've got to essentially when a woman talks, you've got to shut the fuck up and listen because, women have been put down for so many generations. They've been so horribly oppressed for, the past yada, yada, yada. And it's only until I became an adult and I realized, wait a minute, the thing that you guys talk shit on constantly, Christianity, is the one thing. Yes, please do that. Is the one thing that led to this concept of marriage where it's really shamed upon to cheat on your your wife. It's really shamed to do all kinds of illicit sexual activity, and the only thing that's acceptable within Christianity is sexual relations within the marriage, and they're all shitting on that all the time. And I'm like, but that was the thing that you guys it gave you look at it like this: if the world was truly run by a patriarchy of men who didn't give a fuck about women, then we wouldn't bother with marriage. Why the fuck would we bother with marriage? Marriage is this thing that's where the man has to sacrifice his entire fucking life to take care of you and his children. If he doesn't have to do that, which most men don't have to nowadays, they won't do it. You can see in certain communities, they just don't give a fuck. They're like, all right, I fucked you. You now have a child by me. I don't care. Peace out. It's
it's funny because let me jump in for a second to contribute to what you're saying. The patriarchy criticism is really funny to listen to because obviously it references all of history, right? So it's all throughout history, humanity, men have dominated. We've been the leaders, we've been the hunters, the protectors, we've led the family, we've protected women, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what's the problem?
Exactly.
Because when you really try to boil down the conversation and get to its core, what really, how can you refute it? How can a woman say, hey, you know what? It's not fair that men have led, and taken charge throughout history. We want to be the one to do it. Well, why didn't you? Let's start with that.
Right.
Because you couldn't.
This is the thing, though. Bringing it back to the death of the queen. You know what I'm saying? She was.
Fuck yeah. Fuck
was
queen.
she a patriarch? You know what I'm saying? She was literally the queen of England for
she wasn't
100
she was
years.
a Satanist cannibal. She wasn't a patriarch though.
Oh well. Okay.
Sorry.
So, and the same I don't want to say right before her, but 1800s was Queen Victoria. What you know what I'm saying? There's all these numerous times where there's been queens or
Catherine the Great. You ever heard of her?
Mary, Queen of Scots. I think they killed her, but you know what I'm saying? Women haven't been shut out of all these things. but like they
Yeah,
haven't been like.
I honestly, I think James Brown put it best in that song. It's a man's world. It's no, it really is a brilliant song though when you think about it, because he goes, no, think about it. It's a man's world, but it wouldn't be nothing without a woman or a girl. That explains it all right there.
Yes, it
You see, because
does.
the reason we care to protect this planet is for women.
Right.
So that should make you happy enough. That's
Exactly.
enough right there.
Women are the progenitor of children. They are the source from which the rest of the human species exists. And it's like to look down upon yourself, or for anybody to look down upon women, but women, it's in the modern day and age, it's mostly women looking down upon themselves, thinking that they're not as good as men. The men work and sacrifice and die for you. That's it.
Yes.
They don't give a fuck about anything else.
Dude, men, if it weren't for women, we wouldn't be painting gorgeous works of art. We create art for women. We paint women's bodies. It's the most beautiful thing on the planet. And that's not me simping.
Yes,
it's just a
no,
fact.
it is. It
We
is.
paint women's bodies. We create clothes for women. Fashion was invented by men, by the way, to decorate women. Jewelry was invented by men to decorate women. Like, we do everything for women. They need to get that through their heads. That is the answer.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. And because it's the same thing as the whole which one was it? The Iliad? The whole story is about, I mean, I guess the Odyssey too. The whole story is about how a man will do crazy things for a woman. You know, the Iliad was and guys, correct me if I'm mistaken, because it's been a while, and I also got hit in the head earlier today, so I actually might be wrong. I have been having issues. But the Iliad is essentially, you know, the whole situation around Troy, and how Helen of Troy was such a beautiful woman that men would fight wars over her.
Yeah.
It's the same thing it is today.
100%, dude.
William Schaefer says, except AOC. Yeah.
Hold on. Well, there's gonna be somebody fighting a war for it.
That reminds me of a that just reminded me of a hilarious joke by Louis Black, the comedian, Louis Black.
Oh, yeah.
He was a stand-up
I've not heard of
comedian. He's kind of retired now. He hasn't been doing comedy. He's older now.
Yeah.
He had his heyday 2000s to the 2010s. But anyway, he's great, by the way. I love his stuff. But some of his stuff is political, and it's very well informed. But anyway, this was a good joke. He went, "Why did the Dow Jones go up?"
Why?
The stock, the Dow Jones?
Yeah.
Because he went to get his winky whacked. But by that he meant, he also gestured like winky being like his dick, because he went to get a blowjob.
Yeah.
So he went to get his winky whacked. Anyway, I guess he delivered it better. It was hilarious when he said it. But basically, he was saying that
Go ahead.
the economy. His point was that the economy goes up when men are getting laid. When men, like, that's the motivation behind doing well financially.
Well, I mean, think about it. Like, you got to think about everything with, like, people say the little details don't matter. They do matter very much. If you're having sex with a woman,
It's a big if.
if it's not for me, like, I'm obviously not.
Speaking
But if you are, if you're one of those people who engages in sexual intercourse with a woman, then you understand that such a thing could lead to children. And so then, too, you're thinking about, the resources that you need to provide for children and all that kind of stuff. And if you live in a culture that encourages you to stay with the woman you've had sex with, then you're going to be thinking about that stuff even more. Real quick, Kevin Everson says, U.S. Army specialist 32 years ago. Dude, fucking A. He's a 90s.
Hell yeah.
He's a 90s
Hell.
Army specialist. That's the, like, I love when you guys say 30. Like, 30 years ago was the 90s. It's fucking wild to think about. It is so crazy. But here we are. Omni says the biggest misogynists on earth are other women, from what I've learned. Yeah, dude, they really are.
True.
I got to see Lewis Black live twice, says Omni. And William Schaefer, who just joined us, hello, William, says Lewis was awesome.
You
So
guys,
Patrick,
do you watch any comedians now? I was gonna either one of you.
before we get into that, Patrick, you mentioned the dry spell that you're in.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, you see, I
think
like this.
I got a solution for you.
What's that?
The next AOC rally, you got to show up at the next.
I just come around and I start bossing bitches around. You're gonna vote for
front
Trump.
row. No, all you gotta do is go front row and look AOC straight in the eyes and do not waver your eye contact. Just maintain eye contact with AOC.
I think I could. If I was in a position where I could like approach her and talk to her, I think I could land AOC. She
likes redheads.
Does she really?
She likes a lot of.
She's dating a redhead right now.
Yeah.
Ah, well, just because there's a goalie don't mean you can't score. Real quick, I wanted to show this. This is me fighting, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the thing in this picture. Essentially, I'm eating a bunch of shit. I'm eating a fucking mallet to the fucking chest, but it's okay because I got one hit in right here. That's how I feel. So anyway, I just wanted to. Omni says, "Don't make her fall in love with PQ." Yeah, I'd break her heart, dude. She'd be like, "Please, can I do this, and this to you?" And I'd be like, "Only if you tell me that you want to overthrow the government while you're doing it." In Minecraft, naturally, not in real life. And she'd be like, "Okay."
She's on Twitter. You're on Twitter.
Dude, should I do that? Should I just start hitting on AOC on Twitter?
Just
follow her and start like hit on her? That'd be so funny. That'd be so funny.
Start liking all her tweets. Retweet them with like.
You know, I hate socialism, AOC, but when you say it, you make it sound sexy.
Latin women apparently like Irish or that look, you know, that pale skin, blue-eyed.
Hey, I like the
light
Latin
hair.
women. If I'm gonna say there's a type of woman, it's my top. I would say it's a tie between Latinas and like beautiful redheaded Irish women, which there aren't very many of. To be honest with you, most redheaded women are fucking fat or they're ugly. Don't know why.
Well, there is the whole thing about them not having souls and also being crazy. Redheaded women.
Redheaded
in
women?
general.
Redheads
Yeah.
in general, yeah, they say we have no souls. But you see, we're the descendants of the Nephilim. You understand? So like we're like God blood. We're better than the rest of you people.
Oh.
So you do have souls then.
yeah, but they're
But you're
damned
just-
to hell for all eternity. So.
You're just wild. Well, you know, honestly, I have found it to be true about redheaded women. Obviously, I don't give a shit about redheaded men. Not my cup of tea.
Naturally.
But redheaded women, my ex is a gorgeous redheaded woman. Like
Ah.
you're describing, like a rarity. Like she was not fat and had like the perfect body.
Yes.
But she's
What did
insane.
you do?
No, she's insane.
That is the
It was too much. Usually, you know, it's funny because my mentality, I would normally say that I fucked it up because like I could have done something better, but she was beyond saving, I think.
That's fair enough.
She's wild. She's a wild one. Gorgeous.
Was she a liberal? Like, what was the main? If you don't
Yeah,
mind, what
she's
was
a
the main
liberal.
problem?
I mean, dude, every red flag, no pun intended.
New age stuff.
Like the top 10 red flags, she has. But then on the other hand, she's hot as fuck. So that's what tempts everybody.
Yeah.
You know, so it makes you ignore every red flag because of how hot she is. Yeah,
I'm
but she's
beginning to
liberal.
think that there's no super hot people who are also mentally well adjusted. How do you feel about that, Carmen?
You know, you make a good point there. I mean, obviously, we're talking about women. It's possible. You gotta stick to the top 10 red flag list, and because there are conservative women who don't have tattoos, who aren't covered in tattoos, aren't dressed in slutty. They stay in shape. They're healthy. And honestly, like if a woman just stays healthy, like eats well and like exercises a little bit, like they're by default like decent looking. You know what I mean? Like as long as a woman is not fat, like by default they can be good looking. So yeah, like I'm saying, I believe there are still conservative women out there like that. It's just that they don't go to bars, they don't go to clubs, they don't go
Yeah.
to the usual spots where you go for nightlife. That's what makes it difficult because you can't find them easily, and they're also not on dating sites. Like you're not gonna find them on dating apps. So
Yeah.
You're not gonna find nothing on no dates.
you gotta go to church. The supermarket
Church?
is actually the supermarket is a covert tactic that I have found to work very well.
No
Here's what you do:
way.
the
Okay. Okay,
supermarket
you gotta
is
explain that to me.
that is the
Walmart.
meta. The
Explain
supermarket.
it. Explain.
Here's what you do.
Start explaining.
This is the ultimate 1-2 combo for any guy out there. This is how you find a chick, a good chick. Find a gym that's right next to a supermarket. Like literally right next to a supermarket. You get a membership to that gym, start working out there, right? You do not, and let me repeat this, you do not pick up women at the gym. Do not do it. Do not approach. Do not engage. But here's what you do. You go to the gym, and right after the gym, you go to the supermarket with your gym clothes still on. Post workout with the pump, and you do your grocery shopping.
All sweaty as
Pro-
fuck.
well, I'm not drenched in sweat, but you got your gym clothes. You're looking like you might have just worked out.
Yeah.
Prime time to pick up a chick naturally. Go about your grocery shopping and let it happen naturally. Let me tell you something. They will come to you at the supermarket.
Do you live in a
This
city?
is the meta.
Do you live
What?
in a city? Do you live in inside of
I
the
used
city?
I used to I used to live in the city. I moved
When you're doing
to a
this,
suburb.
is that where you work? Like, my question is, does this operate the same in suburbs as it does in cities?
Both. You can do it in the city, and as a matter of fact, it probably work better in the city because it's more densely populated. So I'll give you a prime example. Let's say you go to like Equinox is a hot gym. Like that's a really popular high end gym. It's called Equinox. Go there, be a regular, and actually work out. Don't be a lazy fuck. Work out at the gym. Right after Equinox, you go to Whole Foods. In 2 months, a girl will approach you. Guaranteed. Within 2 months, you'll get a
Whole
girlfriend.
Foods?
Well, it doesn't have
know
to be Whole Foods.
Shit.
Now,
Whole Foods is, no, I mean Whole Foods is a popular spot next to high-end gyms. Could be it could be any supermarket. But actually, with Whole Foods, you might get a hotter chick because you could because Whole Foods, even though it's snobby, it guarantees that the chicks are paying attention to their health. They eat healthier, and they're probably better looking.
Does it guarantee that they are like
Not
shaving
yeah,
and-
they
that's
might not
my
be conservative, but like I said, any supermarket will do as long as it's right next to the gym. That's the key. I'll put money on it that you'll get. As a matter of fact, this might be the best advice I've ever given in my whole life because I guarantee results in 2 months. I'll put money on it.
But see, what do you mean
Guaranteed.
by results? By results, what you're saying to me is like you get laid. Now, I got to be honest with you guys. Like, I'm done with all that. Like, I'm looking for a woman to marry. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to just get laid anymore. So is that what you're saying?
Well, look, I mean, the goal here is to get a long-term girlfriend.
Yeah.
that's going to lead to something more. That's success.
Okay.
Because what I'm suggesting, because like I said, you're not going to meet the right chicks at bars, clubs, all the usual nightlife kind of place. That's the worst. This technique is going to weed out all of that stuff. It's going to weed out all the chaff.
Can you meet a good girl who's gonna go hot toi? I'm just kidding. I had to. I just shamelessly get one in. One in.
Oh, and by the way, that's not the girl you want. That is not a girl that you want.
Please explain this, Carbon. I'd love to hear
The
this.
hawk toi.
Yeah, I want to hear this. The hawk toi girl. Why is she not the girl you want?
That's damaging to the culture. You see, the internet, every meme is essentially the devil because it's all designed to destroy culture. Hawk toi, as we know, there's a few. Okay, let me give you the red flags. I'm going to list for you the red flags.
Let's go, baby.
Hold on. Let me get my notepad. Hold on. Okay.
We'll start with hawk toi. Since we're on that, we'll start with that. If a girl's giving you head, let's skip to that, and you're already getting a blowjob, she spits on your dick, don't ever call her again. The next day, ghost her.
Why?
Done. If she spits on your dick, done.
Why?
Doesn't need any further explanation.
You gotta explain it.
It's just
why would they?
It's just true.
What's the spitting though? Is it? Are you saying? Wait a minute. Wait. The spitting is indicative of the fact that she's got experience in this matter. Too much experience. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, that's part of the reason. That's part of the reason.
See, I didn't.
Yeah.
I don't. Is that what the meme is? Is that what she's even talking about though? Because like.
Oh, Dr. Ben,
yes.
Please don't be naive.
I didn't think it was that she was.
Hawk toi is hawking up spit,
yes.
and then spitting it on the dick. That's a red flag.
Thing. What did you think she meant?
Well, I knew it was like spitting onto the dick, but I thought it was more for like, not if she's giving you head. Why would she have to spit on it while she's giving head?
All right,
like,
so we started with that.
Like,
no, I think we've established a point here, Carbon Heart. I think when he asks that question, that also establishes the point that like you don't need to spit on said
that's
penis
more when you're like
you've already sucked it, which would imply
no, it means that
if
she's a whore.
Spitting on it while she's already sucking it, that means one of two things: either she's got a dry mouth, pass, or
she's got a dry mouth,
or she's trying too hard, pass.
Yeah, it's a no-no. Move on. Next up, since we're on the topic of sex, here's the next one.
Oh my god.
The quick litmus test. Reverse cowgirl, right?
Yeah.
There's cowgirl and there's reverse cowgirl.
Right.
If she initiates,
I hope my parents don't watch this ever.
I'll be brief. If she initiates reverse cowgirl, meaning that you're engaging, you're doing whatever, and then she initiates reverse cowgirl, meaning her back is facing you, right, and she's about to ride it.
Yeah.
The next, enjoy that night, and then the next day, ghost her. It's done.
Why? Why though? Explain. You got to explain.
Because it's the same reason as the hawk toi. Reverse cowgirl is the red flag, unless you initiate it. If you turn her around and you go, hey, you move her and you put her there and you make it happen, by all means. She initiates it, it's over. It's done.
Yeah, because I can agree with that because she's like she doesn't want to look at you. She's like, I don't
believe
even
me.
want to look at you while you're. Yeah.
I won't give every reason. You can think about it later on.
I need to know that. I love how
you can ponder about it later on.
Like,
okay,
it's done.
Just
it's
listen
over.
to it.
And I just want to know why.
Just hear it now and ponder about it later. Okay, so now we're gonna move on from sex. That's it about sex.
Hey,
the next red flags.
Wait, we do need to go back because in the chat they're agreeing with me about the hawk toi thing here because that's what I'm saying. Like
Oh yeah, I should get caught up on the chat. Hold on. Let me get caught up on the chat real quick, and then we'll resume.
But just specifically that one, because that's what I'm saying. I feel I'm right on that.
Kevin Everson says Slavic women, chef's kiss, Trump's wife. You're right, dude. Kevin, I would say that the hottest woman I've ever seen was when I was in Russia, which is the reason that Carbon and I are going to go there. Omni says, for me, it's Latinas, Asian girls, and cute redheads. It's only a matter of time till I curl them toes. Lol, dude, you're telling me. AOC dating a white man, Kamala dating a white guy. But both are hating on white men?
Yeah.
I wonder if they ever like talk about that at home. Splain, I meant. Coffee shop next to laundromat. Neither go out of business. Brain. A lot of guys have stopped going to membership gyms with all the recording and bullshit. That is a concern. Dude, it's a huge concern. I met my ex when she was working at the liquor store. Dude, nice. I bought home gym equipment and workout at home. Dude, nice.
Yeah.
Spin on tick, disappear. Got it. Ben is rigged.
Thank you, Mr. Schaefer.
She's spinning on the dick thinking I can't lose him, lol. Reverse cowgirl. I don't know how I was supposed to read that.
He reversed moo. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's good. I'm stupid. This is my favorite stream. Dude, thank you, Omni. As opposed to moo. Okay. Now I feel really dumb. Lessons in Love with the bedroom for Carmen. Yes, exactly. I'm gonna clip this. Carmen, I'm gonna clip this and post this later.
That's fine. But look, let's not get him mistaken. I'm not giving bedroom lessons. I'm giving red flags. Some of them happen to be in the bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just reality.
So continue with the ones that are outside of the bedroom now. I want to hear
outside the bedroom are ones that we all instinctually know, but we just don't want to admit it. I'm sorry to say. Let me start with some controversial ones.
Let's go.
Vans.
I see what you're saying there.
If a chick wears Vans sneakers or a Vans t-shirt,
drives a van.
Yeah, that's actually not wrong. If she does,
it's over.
It's a problem.
That's Vans.
And by the way, all of this has been tried and tested. It's all tried and true. Like, it's actually so true that I've even laughed in life when I've encountered people who like fit these stereotypes so perfectly that you just chuckle to yourself. You just laugh smugly and you walk away. And all right,
so, not this time, bitch, and walk away.
You ever just like you're so sure of something and you just have that smug smile. And you don't even need to say anything. You just leave. And you nod your head and leave. Because you know you're right. It's a great feeling. All right, and the rest of these are, look, I'm sorry to say, the more tattoos, the worse.
Yeah.
The more tattoos, the worse. I mean, maybe you can get away with a couple.
My ex was wearing Vans when I met her working in the liquor store. See, you're right, Carbon.
And by the way, working at a liquor store is another red flag.
Oh yeah, working at a bar
that's another store. Right there. That's another red flag.
Yeah.
So listen, you can get away with one or two small tattoos that are not visible, like meaning that like when she's wearing clothes, you don't see them because they're hidden somewhere else. If they're visible tattoos, it exponentially rises in terms of the alert. You can see them, and then if it's like covering her, walk away, turn around and walk. If she's got a sleeve, say goodbye, be polite, and walk away. If she's got a sleeve tattoo.
But the sleeves are hot.
Yeah, that's the trick.
Sometimes
it's a trap. It's a trap.
Sometimes tattoos can be very sexy.
Yeah.
Like I've seen hot thigh. I've dated girls with tattoos too. Yeah. You know, she can have sexy thigh tattoos or on her body, whatnot. But the more tattoos, it's just a fact. And you can ponder about this later. I'll tell you why. Because tattoos for a woman represents one of two things. It either represents that she has past trauma, that they have past trauma, or that they want to defeminize themselves and make themselves appear less feminine. That's why a lot of women, you'll see them getting like these like calf tattoos to ruin their legs. Because women's legs already look perfect. When a woman
I
starts
know.
covering her legs in tattoos, they want to defeminize their legs. It's a no-no. It's done. It's gone. All right, let's move on. If a chick is in law school,
Gone. Yeah.
walk away.
Yep.
If she's already a lawyer, run away.
Yeah, right.
Are you counting that
100%,
as two, or
dude.
or you're just saying that's
No, it's the same
that's
thing.
one? Okay.
The whole law school.
That's the saying.
Law, yeah.
If she's in law school, walk away. If she's a lawyer, run away. Do not engage.
No.
And that goes for here's like the supplemental to that red flag. Other careers in law enforcement and even in military and like authoritative positions. No, just stay away. They will ruin your life. They will destroy your life, as a matter of fact. No father in her life, didn't grow up with a father, or doesn't have a good relationship. So the father's in the life, but they hate their father. If a woman tells you, I hate my dad, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, have a nice day. It was nice meeting you.
Yeah.
Do not.
Yeah. Because she's going to take all of her fucking issues of her father out on you, and also all the things that her father could have taught her about being a woman and what a woman should expect from a man are going to be incorrect.
Correct. Exactly. Because it's very fundamental. If a girl cannot love their own father, they will never love a man.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'll be an impossibility.
Yeah. Isn't that wild?
And then
do you think the same, real quick before you continue on the next list, do you think the same thing for men who cannot love their mothers? Okay.
Yes, I believe the same is true. Because your parents are
loving you. Everybody thinks you're right on it, dude. This is amazing. We're just gonna change. We're done with Comicsgate Commandos. We're just gonna change it to dating with Carbon Heart.
Well, no, these we'll call it 12 rules for life with Carbon Heart. Now this is relevant because this is for my guys out there. I'm sharing what I've learned, and it's been proven. Like I said, dude, I've tested these out in person with women in real time. And actually, after I'm done with the red flags, I'll give you a story of how I used the positive end to succeed. So it'll prove that, because once you identify the negatives, you can see the positives and you'll know what to go for, right? That's the whole point.
Perfect.
So anyway, there's not many more because we already identified visually on the body, the tattoos. Obviously, if a woman doesn't take care of her health, it's a no-no.
Yeah.
You can't fuck around with that. You gotta be real. We sometimes we try to deny it. Well, no, because it's just gonna get worse. Once you start dating her, it will get worse and worse. So that's fundamental.
Are you including smoking cigarettes or weed?
Yes.
In that?
Yes.
Okay.
Smoking cigarettes and weed. Yeah. Sorry, Patrick.
No,
Sorry,
I mean
Patrick.
that's the thing is I think about that myself. It's why would I expect a woman who doesn't smoke cigarettes? Because I know that a woman who smokes cigarettes is a problem. Why would I expect a woman who doesn't smoke cigarettes to be interested in me when I do smoke cigarettes? You know what I mean? You got to think about those things as a man. Again, is to try to help those guys out there. Oftentimes you're the architect of your own issues. So
get a double team Thelma and Velma or whatever. The two sisters in The Simpsons.
Velma and Thelma.
What are their names? Marge's sisters in The Simpsons? The ones that are always smoking. Velma.
One's Velma, and I don't remember the other one.
William Schaefer says cigarettes and weed, 10% correct, total turn off. I mean,
well, basically, you gotta be able to offer. You gotta be able to offer what you want in return.
I know.
What you want in a partner, you have to be realistic and honest enough to be able to offer that in return. It's like saying I want a girl who's fit and healthy, but then you're not fit and healthy yourself. You know what I mean?
Carbon, I'm fucking fit as fuck. I'm a 30-year-old male, and I am in way better shape than everybody I know who's 30. But I smoke cigarettes.
Vaping's the same.
At the same time, like, I'm in way better shape than those guys, and I could beat the fuck out of them. And I'm not saying that like, oh, I'm such a good fighter. We already established this.
Wait, out of
But
who?
like,
Who are we fighting?
like, what do you think about that?
Well, obviously, what you just described, being in shape and smoking is not as bad as being out of shape. But
That's right.
but like I said, you don't want to
You're
date a
still
woman
a
who
piece of
smokes.
shit, Patrick.
But first and foremost, you don't want to date a woman who smokes, right?
Yes.
So that means that by default, if you're going to continue smoking, that means you need to find a woman who can tolerate you smoking. That lowers that shrinks the pool significantly.
That's true. That's true. And I want an attractive, a fit woman, so that's not.
See what
gonna
I'm
work.
saying? Because
Yeah,
you want a woman who's fit and healthy and doesn't smoke, who tolerates smoking is not that likely. You know what I'm saying? So that's where.
What if he moved to
You're
just
right.
smoking like the occasional cigar?
Cigars are 100% tolerable.
Okay.
Cigars
Isn't
are
that
completely
weird?
fine.
Isn't that weird? Like,
Well, because you
I
you
find
could smoke
cigars fucking
cigars.
nasty, but
Well, cigars don't smell as bad as cigarettes, though.
Yeah,
yes, they do. They're
No.
awful.
If you have a
They're
high quality
fucking-
cigar, to a like a secondhand person smelling it, it does not smell as bad as cigarettes.
Bro, I smoke American Spirits. That's straight up tobacco and water. It doesn't get.
Well,
any
actually,
more-
American Spirits. Well, those do not smell at all. American Spirits do not smell bad. So that's the exception.
William Schaefer says.
But anyway,
"Smoking will
let me
kill you
just-
slowly, Patrick. You want to avoid it in your life completely. Joke's on you. I don't want to be alive, William. Ha."
Oh.
Well, listen,
that's not a bad joke.
I'm not. I'm not criticizing you for smoking, but like I said, in terms of finding a partner, like I said, you'll have to find someone who tolerates it, or just quit.
Yeah. These sacrifices must be made. If you want certain things, you have to make sacrifices to attain those things. I understand that. Yeah.
But anyway, let me finish up the red flag thing.
You're doing good.
So
I'm liking this. This is good, Garden.
Next up, okay, so I did the father. Oh.
Yep.
Male friends.
Oh, dude, 100% on you with this. Fuck that.
If she has male friends, don't even bother.
Gone. Yep. The
It's
moment
done.
she tells you she's got a male friend, you just be like, okay, cool, and you fucking walk the fuck out.
Because
Yeah.
it's funny. It always comes in a very extreme way. They'll say, my best friend is a male. Oh, that's the worst case scenario. My best friend is some dude. Get the fuck out of here.
What about
But
if
then the
their
second-
father just died? I'm sorry.
Second case scenario.
Wait,
Doesn't
real quick,
matter if they're gay,
real quick.
Omni.
Okay.
By the way,
I
it
just wanted-
doesn't
I just
matter if
wanted
they're
to
gay or not. If she has male friends, it's done.
Yeah.
They could be Liberace or fucking Richard
Can I ask
Simmons
you-
for all I
need to
care.
ask
It
you
doesn't
very
make a
specific
difference.
question though, Carbon. I dated a girl. The last girl I dated, she told me that her best friend ever of all time, and there was only one other man who ever treated her the way that guy treated her. That guy who treated her good was me. She said nobody's ever treated me as good as you except for this guy, except he was dead. He'd been dead for about 8 years, and but she still considered him her best friend. What do you think about that situation? Obviously, it didn't work out, but what do you think about that situation there?
It's like a ghost.
Don't
kind
date
of
her. Don't date her.
It's too late now.
Don't. That's another red. That's another item on the list. Don't date a chick who's pining for a ghost.
Dude.
Who has like an ex who died.
But you and Ben both said it, ghost thing, and she literally told me that from time to time, she would see his ghost and talk to it.
I'm sure she did. Fucking nut job. Do not engage.
Yeah.
Disengage.
Yeah, I was
The
like,
chick met a dead dude.
wait a minute.
For your loss. Here's what you say. My
I
condolences.
don't not believe in
Bye.
ghosts, but I'm like, maybe you shouldn't be talking to him.
Yeah, you don't talk.
My condolences.
Ghost equals mental issue, says William Schaefer.
Yeah, run. Exactly, run.
Run, he says.
Would you?
And then Omni says, what is it with women and witchcraft these days, dude?
Perfect segue to the next one.
Sorry, says Mr. Sam.
Any girl who has dabbled with witchcraft, Wiccan, sorcery, spells, magic, anything synonymous with that.
Yeah.
Run
including
as fast
tarot.
as you.
Including tarot.
Tarot cards, yes, exactly.
Yes.
Turn around and run as fast as you can. As a matter of fact, no, astrology is the exception. Astrology is the one exception where I'm not saying hardcore astrology, but if she's she knows about the signs, saying like, oh, I'm this sign. No, but all women are into all women.
Turn off.
Almost 100%. I'd say 99% of women are into that.
Why? Why do you think that?
Because they know that the signs. They know they have experience with the signs, and it means something to them. It's not as bad as the rest of the list. That's a pass. The signs thing, the zodiac is a pass. Unless she's some maniac with the zodiac sign, like being all into it, then that's a no-no. But lightly, familiar, that's fine. The rest, though, don't even give her your last name. If she's into. I knew a chick who was into witchcraft.
They're
Big
fucking
mistake.
wild, dude. They're wild.
Oh, they'll be great in bed, of course.
Okay.
But
well,
let me tell you
I
something.
mean, like not in a positive way, but also in a positive way. But
They'll put a hex on your ass, and let me tell you something. Those hexes are real, because that shit will come up in your dreams, and it will fuck you up, dude. Anyway,
now, that's something I'd like to talk to you about in length at a later date. But you said that after you were done with the red flags, you would tell us the situation of, I guess you said the good flags.
You're at 11 though.
11?
That was 11?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, that was all the big ones. That was all the big ones. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think the last one though, just to briefly mention, social media. If a chick is like an online attention whore, like with pictures of herself in bikinis or showing her ass, don't even bother.
Bye-bye. See ya.
Yeah, that's out. That's out. Don't even waste your time.
Would you consider mental health, like a bad mental health, under having bad health in general? Or would you consider something?
Oh,
Okay.
of
Yeah,
course.
because that means that she's
Absolutely,
got
man.
some spiritual. Like I don't look at I have a psychology. Like I literally have a degree in psychology. Okay, but you know what that means? It means fucking shit all. Because in reality, in the real world, people don't have psychological problems. They have spiritual problems. They have moral problems that affect them, and their choices that they make in their life affect them psychologically. So this whole there's like people have issues, but their issues are spiritual in nature, and so then you've got to ask the question of whether or not they're doing the right thing. Omni says, my homie went out with a Wiccan, and then they broke up. And when they broke up, he said she said some shit to him in Latin and has been freaked out since. Dude, Latin.
Oh God,
fuck
dude.
around with Latin, dude. I'm telling you.
Omni, here's the cure for that. And tell your homie this, because that shit is scary.
Yeah.
But here's the solution: the cross.
There it is.
Yes, Dr. Ben, clutch
That's
with
right.
the Bible. I was gonna say the cross. Tell your homie to wear the cross on his neck, and to pray, and think of Jesus, and that will remove that shit. He'll be fine.
Read.
William Schaefer says, Daniel Wiccan, animals were apart and black. Mental issues are real. Yes.
Read that, the 23rd Psalm. That's the one to remember. The 23rd Psalm. You know, the Lord's your shepherd. I shall not want. You just you read a little bit of that to her, and if she starts like smoking, see that she starts doing a little bit of that.
I've got an easier way for you guys. Like, if you guys convert to Catholicism, then you can get your holy water blessed, and you can just sprinkle it on any potential girlfriend. And if she doesn't like it, if she's like, "Ah, stop," then you're like, noted. But if she does like it, she's like, "Oh, water, that's kind of hot." You're like, "Okay, all right."
Yeah, I never thought about that. I think I've got like my Doctor of Divinity thing, right?
No, you got to get into the nitty gritties, Dr. Ben. Come on.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I wonder, like, does that? I bet I could make holy water.
No, you couldn't.
Why not?
Because you're not a Catholic priest.
I don't think it's limited to Catholics.
Well,
I can bless like flutes and stuff.
Carmen's laughing because he knows you're talking to a Catholic.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying.
By the way, I think if you sprinkle holy water on women, I think 9 out of 10 women, it would sting. It would burn 9 out of 10 women.
Yes, yes.
You just sprinkle holy water on women.
Well, I mean, this isn't an easy thing, obviously. I mean, that's the thing to remember.
I was raised Catholic. I got a natural barrier against shit like that. Against Catholicism or against...
No, like witchcraft shit.
Yeah. Okay, all right.
Oh, by the way, briefly, because it ties in. Look, I'm not going to condemn anybody who might get offended by this, but a chick who has cats, that's another turn around, walk away.
Yeah.
If she has only, well, here's the rule. If she has only one cat, it's a pass. If she has more than one pet of any kind, red flag. Because if she's got dogs and cats, and she's running like a fucking zoo in her home, no, just get out of there.
Can I offer another red flag here? I think I'm correct on this. I honestly think I'm 100% correct on this. If you're interested in a woman and she has a dog and she loves her dog like to an inordinate degree and she posts pictures about her dog, like it's like this, because I'm on the dating apps a lot, right? And the dating apps, some of these women say the same fucking shit over and over again. And I wonder if they look at each other's accounts to see what's acceptable to say and then say it. Because they literally type the same fucking shit. Like, if you don't love my dog, it's not going to work. You know what I'm talking about? You've seen that before.
Yeah. Here's the response to that. Block them. No, block them. Yeah. Don't even reply.
No. Yeah.
Just block them immediately.
No.
Because you're completely right about
your dog.
The dog love. If it's a heavy dog love, gone.
It's weird.
It's got to be a mild.
Women like that.
The only way the pet situation is acceptable, it's a mild. You have one pet only. It's a mild thing. Ideally, no pets. Just don't fuck around. Maybe after. Well, actually, here's the rule of thumb. You get pets. You get pets after you have children. First, you get married, then you have kids, and then you get pets. That's the correct order of things.
Yeah.
That's the ideal. Otherwise, I mean.
But there's a lot of people in our generation, at least my generation, the 30-year-old generation, who are like, we're very lonely, so we get pets to kind of solve that problem. But at the same time, you're not wrong in the general.
No.
General.
You got me.
General Piggy says, I was around a woman the other day. You could smell that she had multiple cats. Hail, General Piggy.
You could smell that she had multiple cats.
It's very true.
General Piggy, it was nice to talk to you and hear your opinions about the way that Comicsgate should move and operate and attack who and who, because as you guys know, Comicsgate has a certain sect of generals. At the moment, it's me, General Piggy, and I guess Johnny Scab. He says he's not Comicsgate, but everything he does is Comicsgate. So. We're discussing about how we're gonna treat you guys. So General Piggy was very like, no, you shouldn't like send bombs to people's apartments, and I was like, why not? Like that would be very exciting. It'd be good internet drama. But here we are. He doesn't want me to send bombs. I got voted out, so I guess we're not sending bombs to your guys' apartments anymore. Kevin Everson says Catholic was not first Christians in the priesthood of the regalia of Dagon. Disagree, but I don't have time to argue with you about it. I'm building a checklist from the stream. God's damn. Yes, you do. Fish are cool pets.
I'll post a link of this. I'll take a picture of the red flag.
check-
Yeah, and I'll put it.
Checklist.
She got to keep
And-
the tank clean, though, says Mr. Oh, let me finish the chats here. She got to keep the tank clean, though, says Mr. Self-Destruct. I was raised Catholic. 90% of all women I met are anti-Catholic these days. It's difficult to find sane women today. And again, women are animal lovers, but men haters, effed up. Dude, you're telling me the amount of hate that's thrown at Catholics is kind of crazy to me. I got a chameleon and a gecko. They're chill pets. That sounds pretty cool, dude. Holy shit. The General Piggy. I salute you, sir. Yes, we all do. Salute General Piggy. Yes, General Piggy. All right, so we've gotten through. Carbon, are these all the rules now that you have?
Last one, and it goes without saying for this crowd. If she's a liberal, or she says she's a feminist,
Yeah. Bye-bye.
it's done. There's certain key words. If she says the word patriarchy, or she says the word feminism, or like intersectional and all this nonsense, it's over. Don't waste your time.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So that's all the red flags. I mean, well, that's the biggest. Those are the biggest.
Yeah. Well, that was fantastic. Honestly, you kind of like Carbon. You kind of like steered the whole show for the last hour. I would say it was great. That was fantastic.
Well, yeah. I mean,
people love it. I mean, they're all about it.
It's a good list to keep in mind. But remember, this all started because of the gym and the supermarket. I said that's the quickest, surefire way to find a good chick.
I think nose rings are hot on women, personally.
It depends.
You know,
if
guys,
it's the middle one. But
Omni and William Schaefer, they are
You
correct.
got a middle one though, Dr. Ben. What are you talking about?
I'm not a woman.
Yeah, he's a guy. Here's the thing. Oh, that goes without saying. William Schaefer, blue hair. If the hair is colored, these are like auxiliary. These are like auxiliary red flags.
Yeah.
That should be obvious. Colored hair, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, just
and
don't
then
even get
actually,
close.
like intense piercings is another one. Like if a girl has like crazy piercings, get out of there. Only earrings are tolerable.
Yeah.
What if it's like undercover piercings? Like they don't appear as if they have any, but they're like, oh, guess what? You know, I've got
The belly button? No, sorry, dude. The belly button. No, that's a red flag. The belly button.
Yeah, you're right. Because like, I've never met a woman who wasn't crazy with the belly button, but it is hot. I'll admit that.
Look, this is not to say that some of these red flags you might have to settle for. I mean, it's a long list. You know, if you find someone who has none of these, that's a unicorn. They call that a unicorn. None of these. That's insanity these days.
I mean that is the thing too. Is I mean, like red flags doesn't mean necessarily no go at all. I mean, it should be like just a sign of like, oh, hold on, let me think here. Let me.
Yeah. You have to gauge it. Realistically, you're gonna have to tolerate a couple of these red flags.
Yeah.
But some of them are no compromise.
Yeah.
Some of them are a no-go though.
No quarter.
Yeah.
All right. With that, folks, I think we're going to wind it down. We had a very, 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 very good chat tonight. The gays love nipple piercings, says.
Oh, if a chick has nipple piercings, oh, dude.
But he says the gays.
Oh, the gays love the nipple piercings. That's true, dude. If a chick has nipple piercings, have fun with her that night and wear a condom.
Wear a condom. Well, thanks everybody for showing up. I hope you had a great time. This was a really great stream, I would say, and we really learned a lot today. So you guys can thank Carbon Heart in the chat, please. Even after this is done. Even after this is done, like, subscribe if you have not already, and then make a comment on the video that occurs. You know, like, because this is live right now, so all your comments will disappear when it's posted live, or when it's posted, you know, YouTube. So please make a comment. You can say whatever you want. Talk shit on us. Say something mean. Say something, whatever. But thank you guys so much for showing up tonight. And we hope you have a great night. Although there is one more rule that I wanted to tell you guys about, and that is if a girl does